hello all. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner, our little corner of the internet where we get together and we talk about the things that help us escape. I feel like this is a lot quieter than normal. Where's my Okay. Well, I'll deal with that. I'll deal with not being able to hear me as well, but I should probably bring that up to you. That'll help me that'll help me greatly. And then mix that up. Oh, there it is. That's getting it. Delete? Almost. I count it. If I hit go when it's still 7, I count it as on time. Leighton FNAF pilled. Now you have a funding fan chat tab because monetized. It's true. When you go from top to live, you can also click fan funding and you can see the cool stickers and stuff, like the peach bottom that I was sent uh, by Alex Moore. That's my favorite sticker so far that I have received. All right. Welcome to Monday's show, the show where I had a bunch of crap to get done today. And it really exemplifies the need for anime, video games, books, whatever helps you watch and cope and kind of think through issues in your life. That's what I needed today. So I watched Girlfriend. I watched Under Ninja. We'll get to some reviews for sure, but we'll keep it going with the compi and a couple more of these chats here. You're worried? Last time you said, have you seen Tim lately? You're worried. He came back with I'm doing crazy stream. He was here Friday, I think. I saw him in the chat on Friday. I don't know what since then, but I wouldn't put it past him to just be hungover about running. What he runs that Sunday stream, doesn't he? I wouldn't put it past him. Don't drink to the point where you're praising the porcelain idol. It's a not good. It's a not good, everybody. Drink to enjoy, drink because it's tasty. Drink for the camaraderie of like the cheers and the fun of like friends. But if drinking becomes your vice, don't keep it up. Don't keep it up. Saturday, Tim streams are pretty based. So based, he's still working his way back from one. Oh man. Gotta love that guy though. Gotta love that guy. More Fire Emblem. More Fire Emblem, eh? Until I finally can get my ass to the post office and mail this, it's sitting right here on my desk so that it doesn't I don't forget about it, but I want you to know it's right here. It's right here. More Fire Emblem. Look how excited he is. Tiki! Like I'm now just a VTuber. I'm just gonna put this up, focus in on it, and be like, yeah, there's now Michael is happy with all things. Look at that. Beautiful little Nintendo amiibo. Made it 4 minutes without mentioning Fire Emblem. What was your camera, Blaine? You mean the one I'm currently using? The one I use for the over... Okay, I'll just go through. I got the Lumix G. I think it's the G7. If I remember. And then I have my little overhead cam is the Logitech 920. I think there's links in on my about page, if I remember. Let's look. See if I was a smart boy. YouTube.com/Blaine's Escape Corner. It doesn't auto-populate because I never go to my own channel, I guess. And then, is there an about button? Join, customize. Podcast, lives, videos, shorts. Where's my about page? Where'd it go? Oh, you hit the little arrow and it pops up. Okay, yeah. Panasonic Lumix G7. It's the that's the body, and then I upgraded to the 25 millimeter lens. Then I have the and that's plugged in through an Elgato cam link. And then I just recently got this little Kiwi autofocuser, so like if I move back, I can refocus on me by just tapping the button. Went with the wired one because the wire is like, I don't know, 20 feet. Like it's a long ass wire for it. So I'm not worried about batteries dying or anything like that in the middle of stream or right before a stream or something like that. Oh, gosh. You should stop drinking when you start singing Mariana Cross. You mean Mariana Cross? AOT? No, no AOT yet. No AOT yet. The little burr button. Yeah. And if I press and hold it, it actually takes a picture and then like Elgato freaks out and it's like, "What did you do?" I should change the settings so that when I do take a picture, it's not like super dark and you guys can actually like see me for a split second before it disappears. What's going on, Veritax? Pop, glad to have you all. Thought he was Mariana sauce. That would make about as much sense, I think, as everything else. All right, Alex, you haven't heard my thoughts on anything this season. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go through the updated episodes that I've watched, and then we will go through just the fall season and my thoughts, my rough thoughts across the board, because I think that'll be it's a good way to start an anime Monday with anime. Real, honest to goodness anime. You want to go where people... Oh, before I do that, though, I found this. I forgot I had one more cool shirt that I got. I got this at the Yokohama Moving Gundam. And it's like... hard to tell in the plastic, but it's actually like a shiny gold paint that they put in the Enso ring around the Gundam. And these Enso rings are really cool. They historically, that like brush stroke that's in a circle is it's sort of a Zen meditation thing where they're always trying to make a perfect circle, but with a brush and ink, you can never make a perfect circle. So it's the idea of striving for perfection, but always falling short. And it's I like that. I like that idea of like you should always be trying your best to do your best, but expect, not the best to happen because that's how the world works. And then also with Gundam, so like you gotta mix the two, right? Blocking store tonight. What's up, Sergeant George? What is going on? You're talking to the boss. You didn't hear it. Sorry. Well, I haven't said it yet, so you're okay. And then probably the only other change that I'm going to try to make, I want to try to be a little more segmented so that I can actually do highlights without having to work too hard. So right now, anytime I sit down to do a highlight, it's like I start making a highlight and then it's like, well, I kind of petered off on whatever this was, and it gets picked up like half an hour later or so. So my new goal is to try to keep it so that I start like a segment, like we start anime reviews, we go through the anime reviews, couple little segues, sure, like when I talk about Overtake and Stu's like, you can't have spoilers on cars. I'm like, how else are you gonna get downforce on these things? We'll see, and then end it at the end of it, right? To be like, okay, done with those. Hopefully it makes my job a little easier so I can get a little bit more those little cut videos. Refuse before political crap. Who knows? We may not do political crap. It depends on how the night goes. And then the only other change is that about 10 o'clock, I'm gonna start taking a melatonin to start relaxing for the evening. My sleep has, since all of my travels and getting back, I haven't I haven't like I'll lay in bed and like my body is like not moving. I'm just sitting there. I'm just staring. My brain just won't stop. It just keeps going. So I'm gonna try a little bit of melatonin, just a little 3 mil. So I'll start taking that around 10 o'clock, and then we'll see. The stream should end about 11. Just to give me a little bit more consistent, a little bit more consistent on that would be nice. Because right now I'm waking up and like I'm like conscious when I wake up, but like my body is like you're gonna sit here for like another like hour. So gonna try that. It'll take 40 milligrams of melatonin and won't work. Um, any okay. How much melatonin should I take? I'm pretty sure 2 milligrams slow release tablet 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime. Sometimes the dose may gradually increase to 2 to 3. The maximum dose is 10 milligrams once daily. But aren't you inverted too? Aren't you fighting two things? Aren't you fighting two things, Alex? I think you're also just fighting the sun being up and your genes being like, we gotta work, we gotta do something. And like I don't envy that. I don't envy that at all. I had half of that where I had to be at the warehouse at like 4 a.m. and I was running 4 a.m. to like 2, I think. I forget what the 10-hour day would have been. Yeah, 4 a.m. to 2. So I would end up having to like be in bed around like 7, I guess, maybe 7 or 8. And even 7 or 8, especially in like Seattle where it's just like kind of like uh clouds but also just very bright still. I could not sleep then. I would fine waking up. I loved that. Brain doesn't go to sleep. It's literally me every night. Yeah, we'll see. I'll keep everyone posted if it ends up like helping out. I've heard everything from take it for a bit, then wean off it. Take a ton of it, like Alex Moore, saying like I'll do all this and it won't work. Um, but I'm gonna try just a little tiny bit and we'll see how that goes. 20 years overnight with military in between, you only slept 4 hours. Yeah, that stuff doesn't leave. That stuff kind of sits with you. That stuff sticks to you to the point where it becomes like almost a part of just your I get your routine basically. I don't know why I would try to use a different word. Yeah, it just becomes your routine to have to be up at night, only sleep for a really short amount of time. Even when your brain is like, no, I need more sleep, or your body is like, no, I need more sleep, your brain is like, nah, not getting it. Not getting it today. I don't care what you say. All right, let's start with the episode reviews. Alrighty. Starting off with Overtake. The most recent episode of Overtake that I have seen was the episode where we have a little festival 10K in order to revitalize the village and the area around Fuji Speedway. So they're going to make a run from Odawara Station all the way up to the Fuji Speedway and actually run around the speedway. Not a bad idea. That's actually kind of a fun thing. I am not a runner, but if someone said that the ending bit of the track was like Suzuka or any other of the, a Monza, Indianapolis, something cool like that, where I'd get to put my feet on these famous tracks, I might actually run a 10K, in fact. However, you got our boy, the two drivers for Bellissimo, Bellimidi, I'm going to call it whatever B word that sounds Italian that I'd like, becoming not friends, but sort of understanding each other a little bit. Great ending. We get our photographer guy growing a little bit once again. This show is proving that it's more about the people and the characters while being authentic to the racing than it is about the racing. Every episode is not we don't have money for tires. We crashed and we need more money for R&D here, but we've hit our cost cap. Like all of that sort of race drama that you get in Drive to Survive or the new Brawn series isn't really the main focus here. Obviously, there's a focus on winning so that we can get him on the podium and we can also get more sponsors for the team. However, the focus on the family building, the fact that the driver took the photographer to his dad's grave and said, "Hey, this is the guy that's going to take a picture of me when I'm back on the podium." That stuff is a lot more important, I think, to the series and making it feel like people that are then getting in the cars. And I think that's going to make it so that when we have maybe more races or a longer series of the race towards the end of the season, we get sort of that mid climax, maybe something where we're going to be looking at race. How are we doing in the race? We're going to care a lot more because of how connected they've sort of made us to the teams and to the people here. So I'm okay with this episode, even though there's not a lot of racing to it. The old people trying to use their squid and hot tea to hand out to people who are racing a 10K. Pretty hilarious. The idea that like everybody else sort of like fell out of the race. The drivers being the best runners was kind of expected, I guess. Like I don't know if those sort of village boonies 10Ks are really going to make it so that someone's like, oh, I gotta do it. I gotta perform. I gotta train. Whereas like drivers are training all the time, so they're gonna be decent, even if they're not great racers or marathon runners. They're still gonna be solid when they get into the blocks. So I enjoy it. What do we got here? Watching anime you can't understand recently. Nice. You think it was a 10K? Yes, it was a 10K. Is that Speedway open to tourists in October? The Fuji Speedway, I don't know. However, the Motegi Speedway and Suzuka both have a lot of other stuff around them. Like Motegi, I did go-karting when I went there. Suzuka has Ferris wheel and go-karting and all this other exciting stuff. So I'm sure Fuji has things there for people who just want to go. However, it's probably with where it is, you're like, here's the raceway, here's Fuji, here's Tokyo. You go there just to be at the raceway, and then you move on to like something else. Unless it's like Suzuka where it has like a hotel tied to it with a bunch of fun amenities. I wouldn't think that it would be like super fun if you weren't there to do some kind of racing. Race. I have blue hair now. I do. I'm a blue-haired racer. It's Red Bull blue, actually. Speaking of Odawara, because MF Ghost takes place in the Hakone area. I'll show everybody where this is physically located real quick before we get too close to reviews. So here is Odawara Station. This is where the 10K in Overtake started. And if you take Odawara Station just a little bit south, this is Hakone. And Hakone and Lake Ashi here, this one is the Hakone Pikes Peak that we've been watching in MF Ghost. And then we have a bunch of other enjoyable tracks that they've now listed off to us, with the final one being way over here in Shizuoka, that final. So I'm excited even more so now to keep watching MF Ghost, because we got the completion of the Odawara Pikes Peak. So they're racing around. There's Lake Ashi on the one side. They're going up the mountain, down the mountain. We finally got our conclusion there. It was amazing. Huge spoiler alerts on deck. We got spoiler Gundams. Our bad boy Kanata breaks the top 10, ends that in 9th. It was fantastic. I loved it. The final turn there where he outbraked the Porsche You saw it coming. I saw it coming. We knew he was going to make it. But when those rotors start glowing, you can't but get hyped. Like, you can't do anything. You're like, oh my gosh, they're so red. Are they just going to melt and they're going to look like Ford the first time they were trying to beat Ferrari? Like, what's going to happen here? Sure enough, he pulls it off because, of course, he does. And we get a conclusion to the first race. Very fun. I like the way the race jumped between the multiple fights. The fact that we weren't just following our one guy. Originally in Initial D, for anyone who hasn't seen it, you had two cars starting at the top of a mountain, racing to some point down the mountain. And so the entire 3-episode arcs that would be following the races were always those two guys, a back and forth between the two, hearing their thoughts. Oh, how is he doing that? Oh, how close is he? Oh, he pulled in my blind spot. I'll cut him off here. Going back and forth between the two. And so that was your 3-episode arc each time with the original Initial D. And having it with this one, you get the you get that back and forth as the people are racing, and then it moves to another group. And the other fun part too is because they're all still racing, the other groups will talk about, you know, in this case, they're talking about the 8.6. Like, where's the 8.6? Oh, he's 5 seconds ahead of you. Don't even worry about it. Or, oh, he's 3 seconds ahead. You can catch him on this straight. I like that back and forth going to the group that's fighting for third, because that last place on the podium is so important. The people in the front kind of finish their fight fairly early. Would have liked to see a little bit more there, but I think we're really just trying to set up Beckenbauer as like the untouchable. The 8th episode, I believe, is the most recent one, showing off the yellow RX-7, and you're just like, whoo! Everyone's like, oh, who's the ghost of the mountain? You're like, who? I wonder who. It's a fun one when you've seen Initial D. The initial first season of Initial D, you're on Mount Akina, and you get very, very familiar with Mount Akina because it's Takumi. This is the mountain that he's raced his entire life growing up. He's delivering tofu on this mountain, so he knows it better than anybody else. And you're like, okay, cool. He beat that guy, and then he beat that guy because he's got these skills, even though his car is weak. It's a downhill, all this kind of stuff. And you really get familiar with the track. And so we've seen the Pikes Peak now twice, once for the quali, once now for the race. And we kind of understand the track. We got this initial sort of climb section, this along the beach section through the town. We climb up the mountain a little bit, and then we come down the mountain, and then we hit the death zone, and then we have that big old straight at the end. But we're almost immediately going to be getting another track. So rather than sit on the same track for a while, which, you know, especially with a modern audience, the way that racing works when we watch it on TV, we're not always at the same track when we watch it on TV. We're moving around the field. I like that we're getting other tracks that they're going to be racing at. So I'm really excited to see these other tracks. It was very fun to watch the drivers adapt in Initial D to, oh, this track, you know, kind of has a lot more of the uphill section than I would like, or this track has these big sweeping curves instead of the really tight hairpins that Akina would have. So I'm really excited to see if the author was able to really think about what cars are going to do well here, because having the Ferrari beat the Lambo, kind of, I don't know if that works. I don't know if that's actually how it would happen because of the tires. We can assume that the Ferrari maybe saved his tires a little bit more because he was able to run in the draft for a bit. And so we had a little bit more to overtake the Lambo at the end there. That Audi should have been really, really good on this track. I don't know how it would have been that far behind. Maybe the driver just kind of sucks. And that Mercedes, I don't know what that AMG was doing there, or why it was even like a thing that he was having to fight against. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the different cars' strengths come out or don't come out on the different tracks, even with the grip rules. So we'll see how that goes. Sunday MF Ghost had me glued to the TV and volume loud. Loved that episode. Pike was definitely peak, just not Piker. Loved the glowing rotors. Glowing rotors are always cool. They're never not cool. Even in the original Initial D, when they were animating it, the glowing rotors were in with the initial fight against the R32. I'm hoping we also get theme songs for each of the drivers, because the I don't know if I'm gonna get to see a specific shot of it, but in Initial D, when the 8.6 is racing against the Night Kids R32, this R32, every time it shows up, it plays that little line that sort of has that Phantom of the Opera feel, like that. It's so good, and then it gets into Night on Fire, which is just a killer song. So I hope we get some theme songs for specific cars and driver combos. That would be really fun. And that glowing brake wear is what ended up being the downfall of the R32. So seeing that be the downfall of the modern GTR was just poetry. When do they transform in Battle of the Dead? Taki admitting about the HP. Audi driver sucks. Is the Audi track for sure. 100%. Those Audis are so well balanced. He should not be that far back. But to do the Triple S show, sure thing. It's like poetry. They rhyme. They rhyming. Girlfriend. Finally, we're moving to the beach episode. Next episode. So we're getting beach episode next episode. This episode was beach shopping episode, as well as some like just faffing about the house. With everyone who's been saying she knows the best. Oh, she knows best girl. Oh, she knows great. I challenge you to watch that discussion between Mirika and Shino and still think that Shino is best. Shino is so weak in her thoughts of love that she's going to help Mirika to get ahead, just so that she could have some alone time given to her by somebody else. How pathetic can you be? Can't even say you love the guy. Can't let the other people know you love the guy. You could just be like, hey, I'm getting some feelings. I still don't think this is right. And the honesty and brazenness of Naoya and Saki would probably be like, oh, we get it. And Nagisa would be there to be kind and everything. How can Shino lovers enjoy Shino? But she's admitting now that she likes him. She has in her head admitted that she likes him since the first episode. She was like, I saw his earnestness of asking her out over and over again, and I kind of fell for it, but he loved Saki, so I denied myself. And she continues to deny herself and to stick herself in a situation where she thinks things will maybe work out if I'm just present. You like snorkeling? No, we have not gotten to the beach episode itself yet. Only the swimsuit buying, which was fun. I thought it was a fun episode, but at the same time, it was it starts out with a bra gag to see whose bra he likes more with a Fitbit on to measure his heart rate, And then he goes and picks out swimsuits for everybody, and then we'll see if they'll wear the ones he picked out. Spoiler alert. She's starting to realize that Saki Saki isn't really being aggressive with Mukai, and I think she's growing tired of that. Nagisa could be a spoiler. I've said and I stated from the beginning, and you go back to that nurses episode where each of the girls are spending a night with Naoya, and everyone's like, Shino's like, do you want to touch me? And he's like, I'll withhold. And she's like hurt by it. And it's like, what? What did you expect? Then you go to Mirika's episode, and it's like, oh, look, she's wearing her, what are those called? What are those wrap things? The animal onesies called? Oh my gosh. Animal onesie. Japan. Kigurumi. She's wearing like a kigurumi and is like, we're not doing anything sexy. And then they start to get a little edgy with it. But then you finally have Nagisa, and she's like, you've got to throw scissors. And she throws that rock. And then she shows up in nurse's outfit with the medication to help take care of him. Everyone else is thinking about their own thoughts and desires. Oh, the bed smells like Naoya. Oh, am I good enough? Does he like me? Am I on the list still? No. Nagisa's like, you're sick. I'm gonna take care of you. Thinking about the other person, okay? Saki Saki's funny because we're pretty sure in this show that she likes Shino and Nagisa more than Naoya likes Nagisa and her. And that's kind of part of the joke. So I don't even know if OG girlfriend's even a discussion for best girl. But best girl is clearly Nagisa at this point. Think I have a bad opinion? Well, you can fight me on that opinion another time. Try to prove me wrong. At this point, Mirika's gonna win. Finally. We have Under Ninja. And I like a lot of the way this show is structured. But I also I can see if someone watches this show, character models are ugly. They all ugly. Like they're a little too realistic. They all look weird. It's not like a fun anime to be looking at. And B, the way that it jumps from like event to event and timeline to timeline, and we're pretty consistent time-wise right now in the series, but still jumping from what are they doing at this ninja meeting? What are they doing at this raid? What are they doing? Like what is going on to all these things? Having to keep track of that. My brain's got it. I'm like, yep, here's that meeting. Scene switches, and I'm like, cool, there he is. He's in her room. We're good to go. And I can follow it. Someone who doesn't have that kind of brain or doesn't care about the show enough because it's so ugly looking will not enjoy this show. So this is a show only if you're like, yeah, what would like a modern little ninja thing go? And like, what is going on behind all this? Why are we jumping through time? What is some people good, some people bad, but they're all ninjas? What's going on here? I like the intrigue. I like it. I'm following it for the intrigue, honestly. Even the ninja stuff isn't like wacky ninja stuff. I guess the fact that they have invisibility clothes, but the clothing section turns invisible. So like if you're wearing like an invisibility shirt, you'll still be a head with like arms running around. I think that's hilarious, but also kind of funny future stuff. The rest of it though is just it's good. It's very, very good. Finally watched Under Ninja. I did finally watch Under Ninja, yeah. I watched 4 episodes on the plane, and then I've now caught up, I think, to episode 8 or 9, whatever we're on now. She is a woman that wanted the beach and barbecue and forgot Naoya was there. This is a girl that will eat your barbecue and then run away to the beach. It's true. If your girl don't have thoughts about thoughts, she belongs to the streets. Cause she a thought. Where you can catch a backhand for that last episode. That's not exactly a defense of Shino, so I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Mirka is showing bad character in her ends justify the means. She is showing a brutal amount of honesty. That is what she shows. She shows a blunt straightforwardness that is not existent in the others. Um, if Nagisa was portrayed more as like the shy girl and not so much as like everything she does is for Naoya. Like when they get into the bra looking contest, she goes and gets like her best bra like immediately. And just everything she does is so very like caring and loving. She's so clearly the best charactered person there. Second to her is Mirika with that direct, blunt, I like you, I want you, let's do this. It's abrasive because he's got two girlfriends that hate her, so our main character is in a position where he doesn't want to do that. But you remove them from the equation, and suddenly it's a refreshing. Oh, you just said what you mean, and that's what you would like. That's what you intend. Like it's it's a much more it's a much more pure relationship. Through Blaine's special eyes and special brain, can the true inner machinations of this anime be understood? Yeah, it's true. It's called ADHD and colorblind, so I don't care if everything's ugly, and I can also track a lot of timelines at once. Nagisa and Shino are both timid at the start. Both are growing, but I just don't know. Sagisaki, I think, is the only in love with the idea of having a BF. Shino doesn't want Sagisaki to get hurt. The problem with Sagisaki, and I think the reason that she seems the least developed of all the characters, is because he asked her out. What was it, like an entire year, or was it entire middle school? He was asking her out, so could be. It's at least a year of asking her out every day. She has had to do nothing in no way to actually become the girlfriend. He has pulled her out to be the girlfriend because he likes her. He thinks she's cute. I don't know. Something about her she likes. Whereas Nagisa has done her training, done her work. She figures out how to cook. She does all these things around the house. Like she has undertaken effort to become a better girlfriend. And Mirka, as much as people hate her methods, is honest with him. This is what I want. Here's how I want it. And let's do it, to the point where he's even had to acknowledge, like, yeah, okay, I'll rise to that challenge and we'll see if I can beat it. Whereas like Saki and Shino are just kind of there. It's there for the ride. Pure is better than puerile. Can be. Rika is being selfish as usual. Is Milika being selfish? I think if you're looking at it at the point of other people have something that she wants, yeah, yeah, it's a selfishness. But if you're also in love with someone, it makes more sense. You want to be selfish of that thing that you're in love with, of that person you're in love with. Um, so it's a very very normal human trait, I would say. Realizing she might not want that. Since middle school at least. That's right. By the way, if not for Mukai functionally cock blocking herself, the heart rate would have been beat Nagisa and Sakisaki. I think that if you compared the heart rates, like obviously, Mitika gets the heart rate points because it's just a giant bra. You get the super cute bra that Nagisa brings out. You've got the fresh off the cans bra from Saki Saki. But when you compare all of that to bra in the face, like it's gotta be, it's a pretty nasty human for bra in the face not to excite somebody. Like that's just gonna happen. She was a bitch to Shino. Shino's a bitch to Shino. Why don't you hate Shino for being a bitch to Shino? Because Shino's like, I don't deserve him, so I'm not gonna do anything. I can't tell him I love him. I can't even let anyone know that I love him. The whole, like, you watch these next few arcs, the entire Shino finally confessing and saying, I actually love you, is gonna come about because Mirika is the one who was like, hey, bitch, how about you, woman up and say something? I don't want to fight a fight where the other person isn't willing to draw their sword. Like, the entire, like, Shino is going to get into the girlfriend group because of Mirika. So you can be like, oh, Mirika was mean to her. She needed a slap. She needed a, what are you doing? We're in a fight here and your gun's in its holster. You gonna pull it out? Or you gonna sit there like a bitch? Let her cook. Let her cook. Cook? She can't cook. That's why we have Nagisa. Because she can cook. Until they get out camping. And then Mirika cooks. For Alex Moore. For Alex Moore. All right. So we just did Overtake, MF Ghost, Under Ninja, Girlfriend. I'm also 6 episodes into Spy Family. I'm loving the boat arc. It's very fun. I love, still to this day, the consistency of the 2 studios working on a single series together and making me not question, oh, this is the oh, who is it? Wit Studio. Like, this is the Wit episode, or this is the who's the other one real quick here? This is the Cloverworks episode. This is the Wit episode. Because, like, when you watched Darling in the Franxx, you were like, oh, Cloverworks did all the faces. Clearly. Oh, this robot stuff was all designed by Trigger. That makes a lot of sense. Like, it was very obvious which episodes were primarily Clover, which episodes were primarily Trigger. Whereas Spy Family just is such an amazing testament to the animator's ability to do other people's styles, and follow, a director. It's fantastic. Also fun. Heart-to-heart episodes are what I always wait for on these rom-coms, and some are amazing. Have you grow a pair of tits and confess? Here you go. 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. It's good. It's good. It's funny. I think the only reason that I'm like only 4 episodes in is because where the antics of girlfriend are all created by the people, every next soulmate, it feels very like, oh, well, that has to happen now, or oh, this is gonna happen now. The underlying romance is like in universe going to happen. So it makes it feel less, oh, surprise, or something like that. You're like, oh, all right, cool. Let's add this one to the group. Let's add that one to the group. Not to take away from the fact that every episode is freaking hilarious. The Tickle Batsu game was great. I thought that was a really funny way to actually have her laugh through the phone. The addition of this new girl hasn't really been questioned by the others, which I find interesting, and I'm just kind of chalking up to the like oh, they've already got two of them, and because they have the soulmate bond, it having a third doesn't like bother them as much. But it would be a little bit more interesting if there was a more serious hate of each other. So hopefully later in the season we get a little bit more serious with like maybe one of them really sucks and everybody hates them. Because right now it's all sort of like play fighting. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm only four in, but I do really enjoy that show. Two non-soy timid MCs with GFGF and Hunter GF. This shit is good. Uh, Try dating story with the Sigma Chad of I'm gonna only love you and I will never make you worry. I know. In the show, he forgets to say something and ends up in a room and makes her worry. But I mean, we knew it was a red flag when he said it. But I like the kid, and the fact that he takes such an interest in what she has an interest in is just a fantastic little bit of storytelling spice. Overall presentation, like it's still funny that picture that Serrano's showed us where he's like, "Who's the main character?" And you could have picked any of them, and the only reason I got it right was deduction. One guy was too fat to be the main. He would be a good isekai main. The other guy was too tiny. He had to be a secondary. But they all had the same face. They all had the same hair. It was pretty funny. But I do enjoy this series, and having it compared to 100 and Girlfriend is just a kind of a cute little, yeah, I like this. I'm gonna make love you and never make you worry. Sounds like a genuine hero. He's really nice, and that's kind of the point, is that he's just too um he's too nice. But that's good. That's good. Also, Alex Moore, I found Tokyo Revengers, so I'm caught up on that as of last week. So I think there's one more episode that I have to watch. This whole arc is getting very exciting, and I love the family dynamics that have pulled into it, as well as the new hiccup on the time traveling superpower. So we will continue through Tokyo Revengers season 2, part 2. You still say guy with shuttlecocks in his lunchbox with the MC. He did have some weird shaped rice balls, that is for certain. We have a ton to talk about on Tokyo Revengers. Oh my gosh. Tokyo Revengers is so good. I like seeing the blue haired guy as like a straight up Yakuza boss. It's just so good. So good. 16-bit. I watched one episode. It seems fine. I don't think I'm gonna keep going with it, just because it's a very passive feeling show, and that's just the word that comes to mind when I talk about how it's a scene opens, click, 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 clack, click, 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 clack. Oh, I'm gonna go get lunch, and they go get lunch, and then there's something happens at lunch, and they come back, and then click, click, clack. Like it's a very kind of a slow roll show, in not really a genre I'm super ecstatic about. So it's well done. Seems like a fun premise. All of that kind of stuff is there. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a couple more episodes. See if it picks up. Is a chill show. Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's a better way to say it. It feels very chill. Like the worst thing that's gonna happen is she wants to find a new job, or she stays at a job that she doesn't like. Like that's kind of our initial issue is she wants to do this, but her job won't let her. And it's like, okay, do another job then. Why not quit? I'm too timid. Like the fact that Granny was like, why don't you stop working there? And she's like, I can't. It's like, what? Why? I think that might be what annoyed me the most. Uh, Bullbuster, other than having the worst name of the season, is a very fun Very fun show showing the small business world of Japan, as well as fighting monsters, and that back and forth, that balance has been quite enjoyable. Also, the big business world, the way that like the research institute won't give them the time of day if they don't have everything correctly signed and documented and they're there on time, or they can't give any more time than they've got allotted. All of that has made the show just very, very fun overall. Daigo, fun. Daigo's issue for me right now, and why I'm watching other things more, is that it is way too much of that. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, how's he gonna do it? And I get that, like, we're following a guy who's new and also not super well versed on a lot of this. Um, Even though he's been fully trained, that part is a little annoying though, because he's fully trained. Like, he should be as knowledgeable on what they're doing or should be doing as everybody else. But it really feels like when you get a new hire at work and you're like, all right, just follow him around. Like, he feels like that guy. He doesn't really feel like he's done months of intensive training in the fire department to get all this going. Um, I think that might be what annoys me most about it. Is it's just too much of that drawn on, like, when it should just be, all right, let's get this done and save a life today. You should have decent stock knowledge if you get time traveled, so it shouldn't be broke. I think we discussed this before I left, but yeah, even if you don't have good stock knowledge, you should have good, I know this name brand, it's everywhere knowledge. So when Apple shows up, you should be like, I'll buy all of that. When Amazon's selling books out of a garage, you'll be like, I'll buy all of their stock. Like that, that should be a pretty straightforward thing for anybody. Even if you don't track the market, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'll buy here and sell when it dips, and then buy here and sell. But if you know a company that's around today, and then you go back in time and then you see that company show up in the news, like, buy. You just know it's going to work. Two ex Wally World stalkers. The last two, it's autopilot for them. Yep. Blah, Dago Hill. It is. That is a problem with that. Apothecary Diaries. I find myself having trouble caring about the inner palace of China. It really is like whatever like racism is, but for like country borders, right? It's kind of like that. Like, I just don't care. It's like these people, is it like a gentrism? Gentrism? There's a word for it where it's like an area of people that you're like, I just don't like these people. But it doesn't have anything to do with like their race specifically. Ethnicism? No, because that would be the entire country of China. And I love kung fu movies. I love the like the streets of China when the Forbidden City is like closed off and the emperor hasn't talked to anybody. Like, I love that part of like Chinese stories. But these like inner palace things. Maybe I can hate the class. Maybe I'm a classist. I can be a classist today. The medical stuff steps. That is an interesting part. Um, on top of the fact that she has like the magic power of being immune to everything, just like the guy from Princess Bride. Shy, discount my hero. Disgraced Noble Lady was funny when I started it, so I burned through 3. Good Night World changes, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch it. It is on Netflix though, which I usually don't open that app when I sit down to watch shows. So we'll see. Berserker Gluttony, pretty generic, pretty like you know this show. If I tell you he has the power to absorb other people's powers when he gets a kill, then you'll be like, oh, I get it. Frey Ren, you already know it's great. You already know it's fantastic. And it's not my present mind state right now. Family circumstances. I think I talked about all the rest of these before I even left. So there you go. Ooh, why am I like hiccup burping right now? Oh, there we go. Oofums. Oofums. It's a mix of Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. Wait, what? Classism is privilege with power, so lower class people can't be classist. Oh, nice. I guess I'm not classist then.
Yeah, but you can't be classist. It's not possible.
Unless I can be.
You haven't tried hard enough.
Yeah, I haven't gotten enough power, I think. I think that's the one I'm missing. Because I've got the white privilege already, so...
Yeah,
now I
that
just need
always
more power.
counts. Although they're Asian, so you need more privilege, actually. You need to become Asian.
I need to become Asian.
Unless you're a rich Japanese person, you can't hate the Chinese.
Oh, I think every Japanese person gets to hate the Chinese. When they just stop in the middle of the road and there's like 20 of them just kind of like looking around. And you're like, what? Get out of the way. What are you doing, man? Stop. I mean, go. Like, why do you do this all the time? Pain in the butt.
Strange, isn't it?
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It used to be worse, I will say. It used to be worse. For some reason, it was only the like stereotypical bumpkin who had land and then has a factory now that's worth billions, who has money and doesn't is still the brain of a bumpkin. Like that's what it used to be going to Japan. Those were the only ones that were traveling from China to Japan.
They're the ones that didn't even know what Japan was.
Yeah.
The rest of them don't want to visit.
I still don't know about that one guy. He felt very, very like if he lived in America, he'd wear overalls. That's how he felt.
Hmm.
What do you know about China? I don't know, man. What else do you want to hear from me? I don't know anything else. Leave me alone.
I'm ignorant.
I'm ignorant.
Yeah, so you like this season? You liking this season?
Of course.
You know, I noticed you didn't talk about.
Sure.
You didn't talk about Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh yes, I've been saving that one.
Yeah, you haven't watched that one yet.
I haven't.
It's very weird that you haven't watched that.
It's less weird if you're in my DMs with my group that's like, oh, we should watch this together. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess we will.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to give them I'll give them another week. And then I'm just going to binge it probably.
Because they want to watch it with you.
They want to all watch it together. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we're 10 weeks in.
Yeah. I don't like rewatching things though, so I don't want to like be ahead of the game.
Yeah. I got my annuals here. This is what I've been watching. I got 100, or this is like the most recently updated stuff. I also have I put Eminence and Shadow back on my list because I want to catch up on that.
Oh, nice.
I've been watching Dark Gathering.
I forgot.
That was like 2 seasons ago, or not 2 seasons ago. I'm pretty sure that was last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It probably started fall last year or something like that. Yeah, 100 Girlfriends, very, very nice. Always funny. I'm happy to see a show that is gratefully horny. It's very nice.
And just goofy with its horniness. Like it's not trying to play anything serious. It's not trying to get too weird about it. It's just like, yeah, this guy sucked for a while and now he gets to succeed. So let's all cheer for him while he.
You also don't have just the ship of him with all of his girlfriends. You also have the girlfriends with each other. And you'll see more of that. You'll see more of that later.
Exciting.
Like I said in the chat, I can't wait until we get to the point where it really gets absurd. Because at 5, that's a pretty normal harem show.
Mm-hmm.
When he's at 13, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, even 13 would probably still feel pretty intense over that.
Yeah.
I like we got the hint already though, where they're like, "Oh, she's so cute," and like in their whatever ways, they're like, "Oh, you should try harder."
and just yeah, it's funny. That's something they do pretty well. Is all the girls, at least the first ones, all have such different personalities, and they treat each other
How
differently as
long
well.
before we start recycling tropes?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't, because I didn't read deep into the series. I don't know where it's all gonna go and stuff like that. It seems like it'd be hard to have so many different characters in your series.
Hmm.
I feel like he's gonna have to pull something silly to get out of the 100 extra characters rule. You know,
I mean, I guess you can just like modify the tropes, like double them up.
there's gonna be literally 8 of them together, and they're the same. They're
It's like here's my
octuplets.
Sundere corner, here's my Kudere corner,
Oh yeah,
here's
and
my
then they just like
Yanderes
they start
all locked
making
in the basement.
factions.
Yeah. It had girls all over the place on tropes. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean the first ones are like pretty simple. Hi,
Yeah, you gotta
Michael.
keep it straightforward. People know.
I'm glad you didn't crack your can before you got on stream because you just waited for this exact moment.
Yeah, no worries.
It's really great how you do that. It doesn't make me
Did
want
you
to
get
kick you.
sick on the plane?
Oh, I'm extremely sick, yeah.
Yeah, he's very sick.
I'm
You poor
fine.
thing.
He's not going back to school.
Yeah. So plane ride was useless. Anyway, I did read ahead on 100 Girlfriend. And it does eventually get gimmicky. Like each person has a gimmick, but that's not this season, so.
Does somebody eventually just become the pickler? They just like pickled stuff.
The what?
Dude, I love umaboshi.
Does somebody
Those little pickled
pickler?
plums from Japan, they're so good.
Yeah, they just like pickles. Anything pickled. They'll eat them together. Anything pickled.
Oh
No.
yeah, the
They'll eat a
Gadu
pickle
corner. We don't
sandwich,
have a Gadu
pickles in
yet.
there. Yeah. Oh yeah. They gotta get a
Dude, I
Gadu
want
in the
like
first 10.
at least 50% Gadu. All right.
No.
But yeah, Shangri-La Frontier is definitely one you should watch. Really just great action, and yeah, I mean that's the main thing. It's a great action show. Lots of great segments between there, and references and like our character's attitude towards things is really nice. He's a really fun guy to keep up with. You like watching him have some struggles and then be able to
What-
overcome them.
What girl is this sausage guy?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
gotta be the sausage guy girl.
Yeah, does he get a fat girl?
No,
No.
no.
He has one that eats a lot, but yeah.
Goes straight
Athlete.
to the boobs.
Where's the
Classic
athlete?
anime.
Where's the athlete girl?
I think she's number 10.
Number 10, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spy
And she
Family.
plays the best sport, baseball.
Yeah, I think Spy Family is very
What?
much just as good as the first season. I think it kept up really well.
I almost argue that it's better because I like these big, long, consistent arcs. So right out of
Yeah,
the
now we're
gates,
with
jumping
Yor,
into
yeah.
that, yeah. Like we get the couple, like, oh, it's Bond's day out. Look at this fun stuff, and then
The
they're
author very
immediately
much
like,
heard
"Yeah,
the
let's do it."
criticism that Yor did basically nothing in the
Mm.
first like season worth of stuff and
Yeah,
gave
she
her
got
like a
drunk
full
and fought.
arc.
Like that's all she got.
Yeah, now she very much has like a full arc dedicated to her where she gets to be her own character away from them. It's really good.
Oh,
Especially the
best-
animation. The animation is so good.
Best opening of the season, Under Ninja.
I don't even remember what
It's-
the Under Ninja. I skip it, but oh yeah, it's like,
It's so grunge. It's so like it's just
early 2000s,
So-
very early 2000s.
Oh,
No, my
it's so
favorite
classic.
OP is absolutely Free Run. Free Run's
Yeah,
OP is
it's great.
really good.
Freyren was good. I like the bounciness of the girlfriend, but only for the first like 30 seconds, and then it turns into just kind of a standard pop song. But that
Yeah.
beginning with like the
Yeah, I forgot who it was.
Yeah, that's a very good opening.
That was the Yaosobi. They made the OP for Free Run, and it very much shows they're just good at any OP they do. All of them are good.
Horses. Who does the
Oh,
Under
Goblin
Ninja?
Slayer's great, yeah.
Yeah, the Goblins. Whoever does the Goblin Slayer one's really good too. I'm looking that up.
Mhm.
Anacrad?
Yeah, I don't think Goblin Slayer is like an exceptional show. I like it. It's a fun show, and it keeps me entertained. I like, oh, excuse me, because I had a soda myself. Yeah, I like her characters. I like their adventures they go on. I like goblins dying. And I just like the strategic playing just like the plans that they put in place to get rid of the goblins to take advantage of their environment, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're never really ass pulls. It always seems pretty reasonable, that plan they came up with. It doesn't seem like, oh well, that's super convenient. Like they
Oh,
knew what
yay,
yeah,
there's
they did.
torches everywhere. We can
Yeah.
fill the place with oil, you know.
Yeah, they did proper scouting in terms of being able to determine like what they're going as, like the shaman and stuff like that, and they have stuff to counteract it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was closest to that was like the last episode that we watched, the Goblin Slayer. That one was like a little bit close, but it's not like
Yeah, with
Deus
the
Ex
water.
Machina.
The water was a little bit much.
I think it's pretty reasonable because we already saw it. They presented that earlier.
I don't
Because
like
yeah,
goblins.
they had kind of planned for it because they wanted to flood them. Yeah. A little silly, but no, I think it still very much makes sense. Yeah,
I
two
mean,
of
they're
the
in
shows.
caves. It makes sense that you could, if there was a
Oh
water.
no, they're
source
in
high
a they
enough.
were a large. Oh yeah, well there's the caves, but there's also they did it again because they did it when they went to the elf place
Mm-hmm.
because they were there. The goblins took over like a large abandoned temple. Yeah, under Ninja, that's one I kind of fell off on. I didn't really keep up with, or I'm not like fully caught up with that one. Just kind of, It's the swapping between the times is just kind of annoying
It's very annoying.
because it feels like they do it just too much. It feels like you don't need to do it that much.
It kind of
It feels like they
stops
could play more of
after-
it straight.
I feel like the latest episodes haven't done hardly any though.
Well, it's probably because there isn't that much to cut back to
they're-
because
they're
they spread
jump-
over 6 episodes.
Yeah, they're jumping back between like the different just teams basically. So it's like here's this group doing a thing, here's this group doing a thing, here's that group doing a thing. So
I'm probably gonna end up dropping on Ninja. I don't think I'll finish that one. 16-bit Sensation. Probably won't finish that. I like a couple episodes behind on that as well. I enjoy it, but it's not really something I would recommend. Overtake, I'm pretty far behind on. I haven't watched very much of it. I liked it better than MF Ghost. I ended up dropping MF Ghost pretty quick. Didn't really catch me. I didn't like the characters nearly as much as Overtake. And car racing was also just more interesting. I think Overtake just caught me more. Is more what I wanted to see.
yeah, like I was saying, Overtake has so much more of the character building that you care about what they're doing, that the fact that we have episodes where they're not racing isn't a big deal, and you can feel that you're gonna be like cheering when it gets to race day. Whereas I don't know how they would have done it, but like these last 2 episodes of MF Ghost are just fantastic, exciting. So to get there as quickly as possible, but like you kind of need that setup, you know. It's like
I did
a game that
not
has a
get at all
boring,
invested in the
unskippable
characters.
tutorial, right?
Yeah, I did not get
Yeah.
invested in MF Ghost characters. Like the whatever that little rival kid was, the rich kid, rival rich kid, like foreign rich kid or something.
Beckenbauer, he's in the
He was-
he's in the Porsche. The whole point is that he's too good and that he just doesn't care. He's gonna ace it and he's gonna leave.
Yeah, we talked about it before. I don't like his character. It's just boring.
He's basically Kimi Räikkönen. Like he's fantastic.
Yeah, I give it 3 episodes. I think I'll probably drop it. I'll probably downgrade it a little bit. Very much more of a kid's show. It'll probably change later on, but the start of it isn't very interesting.
I actually haven't watched the rain episode yet. But if they race in the rain, then I'm gonna laugh because they never race in the rain.
Did you talk about Tear Moon or Vexatious?
No, I was
No, I
fighting
haven't been
those.
watching those. You can lead the way on those guys.
Yeah, you have not touched these shows as far as I know, right?
Correct.
Where are you at on Dark Gathering as well? We could do that one first.
Last season I haven't.
You haven't
watched
touched this
past
season?
something.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Dark Gathering. I think it's pretty nice. Yeah, it continually like builds up its stuff and its like stakes and whatnot as you get to more and more dangerous ghosts that she's trying to capture.
Yeah, and we've kind of moved away from the main dude for now.
Hey, what's
Yeah,
going on, George Trehan?
Yayoi is more important because she's the one killing the ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, we're also focusing on is her name Ada? I always forget.
It's
The,
been
uh,
basically
the
one month,
other
George.
blonde girl in the back that you can't really see.
No, the the other main girl.
Oh, the
Like
just his
specifically.
girlfriend. Oh yeah,
the
they
girlfriend.
they said they're a couple now, or she forced him to say that she's his girlfriend.
Yeah. They're focusing way more on her now, which is nice.
Yeah.
I like
You
it.
get more of her. You get to see her stuff. She feels about this, and that she's like, this isn't as fun as I thought it would be. Being in life or death situations like every week is like kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially when I know that I can't do anything. I have to rely on other people to save me. It's a lot
That
more
makes sense.
dangerous, and it makes you really reconsider if you want to be here or not. It's like, oh. Yeah, and the other shows from the previous seasons I want to finish up. Gonna finish Insomniacs. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish on Dead Murder first. Mushoku Tensei. I'm going to give a chance to Tenpuru, level 1 Demon Lord, and My Happy Marriage. I didn't touch any of these at all, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna give those a shot. Watch a couple episodes of those.
Oh, you just reminded me. I have like 2 episodes of Demon Lord to finish. The One Room. I like that show a lot.
I'm probably not gonna do My Happy Marriage. I'm gonna drop that one. I think I'll probably keep up with these at least a little bit. Like watch half of them.
How far did you make it in My Happy?
Oh, it's just one episode. Yeah, just watch one episode.
It takes
of these,
a turn. It takes a turn.
I think I'm probably still gonna drop it.
I'm here, I guess.
Because I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just not that interested, but I will give it a shot. Yeah, and the 2 shows that me and Michael have been watching that we like quite a bit that you didn't touch was the Tear Moon Empire and Vexation of the Shut-In Vampire Princess. The Tear Moon is a villainous show. She goes back in time after she gets her head chopped off and wants to not die. She wants to not die.
It is very
so she does everything she can to make her situation better in terms of like her country. She wants to make it more stable and stuff like that. Like put barriers in place what should I say? Just like safety precautions in place for like famine, plague, stuff like that.
She has her notebook for the first while.
Yeah, she's like trying
she
to
has a notebook
of
of all the problems that happened that she wrote while she was waiting to be executed.
She's trying to inverse Marie Antoinette it.
Yeah. It's literally Marie Antoinette.
She wants to get more allies around herself. She wants to get a better relationship with other countries. She wants to not have other people be pissed at her because she did her job very poorly as a ruler, etc. And it's a lot like Overlord. Everybody thinks she's a genius, even though everything from her perspective is all just for her own benefit.
Makes sense.
And everybody else thinks she's super smart because her plans are good. And she doesn't think about it that hard. Everybody else thinks about it harder than she does. Like her minister guy. He had a moment of doubt when he was thinking when there was a negotiation between like the king, her father, and like this noble. And he was thinking, like, how could this is horror? This doesn't sound good. He's gonna have to pay for all this stuff on his own dime for the king. He's gonna be upset about this. And then the like corrupt noble's actually super happy because he likes the prestige of being tied more to the king more than he wants his money and his land.
Got it.
Which is pretty funny. Yeah, she's very selfish and she's a fun character to watch because she, even though she wants to live and she wants to be nice to people to live, she very much is still the same self-centered person she was before.
Exactly.
She's just gonna be smarter.
It's just doing these things out of self-preservation, not actually.
Yeah.
Nice. Veritax.
Yeah, we've seen a lot.
She does care somewhat, but she was very stupid before, and she is smarter now.
Gotcha.
I mean, not
she's
really. She's not that much smarter.
No, but she knows to not do certain things in terms of
True.
Because like winning people's affection or just like planning for the future and stuff like that. She's much better in that regard than she was in her previous run. Because that's what got her killed, is like not preparing properly, not fulfilling her duties. Yeah. Shut-In Vampire Princess. Not like super I wouldn't call it like unpredictable in terms of like the mysteries they try to throw. It's like not that hard to figure those out. But it's pretty fun.
As long as the solutions are like in-world consistent and you're not like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like a good like surprise, like this is the twist. You're always like, oh, I didn't see that, or like, oh, that but the bad ones are always like, huh, why? I don't get it. Like those are the worst.
Yeah, and for her or this one, it's that all of these, there's a couple different nations that fight each other regularly, but nobody dies. There is like special objects, special like magical items in each of their nations that will keep all of their people alive from like being murdered. So they just fight each other all the time for glory more than anything else. That's just like their status in their world is winning fights and stuff. And she is completely incapable of fighting. That's the gimmick. She can't kill anybody. She's weak as like a normal human. When everybody else is doing like magic spells and silly stuff. So she has to employ trickery to convince people that she's stronger than she is and stuff like that. And just not get killed by her subordinates who want the glory of her position as well. She's able to convince people that she is worth following because she is adorable and a once in 10 million year beauty that everybody should praise. And then there's also the secret that she actually is very strong. So, shocker.
Yeah.
She is actually very strong. But she doesn't control it herself, which is the difference. And that's not really that... I mean, it's slightly interesting. It's not that original. But I think it's pretty enjoyable because she also doesn't...
Is it like she doesn't get to release it herself? Or like she just can't control the... Oh, okay.
She doesn't get to release it herself either because she doesn't actually know what triggers it.
That makes more sense.
She doesn't remember any of these like fugue states where she goes crazy and just kills people.
Gotcha.
It's not too or it's not too surprising to predict. You could probably guess it by like the first or second episode, because she's a vampire and she's part of the vampire nation. It's actually sucking blood, and she actually developed a trauma as a child from sucking blood because she killed a bunch of people one time she did it.
Are they not supposed to kill people? Is it one of those kind of vampire worlds? Or
no, that's not a problem. It's just the fact that she got traumatized by it because she's a little kid.
She's just a little baby.
Yeah, she was a little kid the first time she had her power revealed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It
has some fun situations. I like the characters quite a bit. They're all very zany. It is another show that's really horny. Like at least two of the characters are pedophiles.
Yeah.
I think
that one turns pretty quick.
Okay, but to be fair, she is 18.
Well, yeah, she's an adult. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think Brandon dropped it, right? Because it's Yuri without nudity.
Except it's not Yuri. Our main character of Vampire Princess isn't into women. It's just that there are other people like her maid that really, really, really love her.
Gotcha.
A little bit too much. So.
Is there too much love?
At a certain point, yes.
At a certain point? Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
So. Yeah, and my favorite show this season is definitely Freerun. Just the animation studio is absolutely insane. Just as good as anything you'll ever see in an anime, basically. Really good fantasy adventure anime. There's obviously plenty of stuff to be said about Freerun herself, and she's a great character. She's really well written. She's really funny. She's a little bit naughty. She's just got all these little different sides to her. She's just a very full depth character.
But Twitter will complain about the single time she gets naked.
That's true. Also, Twitter will coom over the fact that she shows her feet.
True.
Yeah, that's the meme I've been seeing.
Yeah, just feet.
Yeah. What are you gonna get him for his birthday? And just her feet. I'm sure you've all seen that meme at this point.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah, I would say the guy Stark isn't my favorite character.
Stock?
He's
Japan's favorite character for sure. Trying to find stuff for Stark, it was out of stock everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
and really,
I like Fern quite a bit though. She's very fun.
Like there's the way that a lot of the sort of little anime goodies stores are set up is like each I call it a plano, but like each section is like labeled for a series, and in that you're gonna have like acrylic keychains, you're gonna have buttons, you're gonna have some notebooks, you'll have some pens. You know, I have a pen case, maybe some shirts and mugs, like all the same kind of stuff with like that brand or like show printed on it in some way, like characters from that show. And then the next plano is gonna be like the next show, and consistently at like There's a place right below Ami Ami that has a bunch of that they're just empty in the Freyren section. And I was there, and they literally were putting a little like notebook for Stark on there, and I was like, I'll take that, thank you.
I actually like Stark quite a bit. The more development he's getting, the more I like him. So
No, I mean he's fine. It's just he's not my favorite character. I like
yeah, I
Fern
mean,
and
yeah,
Freeran better.
same, but you know,
I mean,
Yeah, Fern is very much a
aren't you
dutiful younger
supposed to
sister.
prefer Freyren though?
Yeah, probably. Like she's the main character.
she's the
Yeah.
title character. So yeah,
Yeah, I like Fern quite a bit. She's like the dutiful younger sister, and she has big boobies.
Unless it's Bullbuster, then the title character is dumb.
Then he doesn't matter. We hate him.
Why is it called Bullbuster?
I guess the creatures could be referred to as bulls.
No, spoiler alert.
I don't care.
The robot's called Bullbuster when they don't know what the monsters are. And they just call them creatures.
Speaking of robots, Pluto, terrible show.
Oh, haven't.
Oh yeah, I guess we could talk about
had the pleasure. You
our-
guys should let
show's
me know
already
about
dropped.
Pluto.
Yeah, we'll actually do that next then. Yeah, Freeran, I think it is the best show of the season. It's probably going to be my anime of the year if I don't give it to like Mushoku Tensei or something. I'm probably not going to give it to Mushoku Tensei because sequel. Yeah, I think Freeran is probably the best show I've watched this year.
Ooh,
I might give it to 100. It's very nice.
I like it better than
100.
100 Girlfriends myself.
Interesting.
This appeals to me more.
interesting for a comedy romance to.
Yeah,
to
100
be in
Girlfriends
that
is very
top
much
position.
Yeah, it's one of the best I've seen. Period. It's just like such great gags constantly.
100 Girlfriends, at least manga wise, it only got better to the point where they're going to end this season.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
This is my like the top 3 that I would say everybody should watch from this season. Like the new ones is definitely Freeran, Shangri-La, and 100 Girlfriends. They're just like cut above. They are the top 3 shows. Very much there are other shows I liked, like Spy Family, obviously sequel. Yeah, Tear Moon, Shut and Vampire. Those are 2 other shows I like quite a bit. I'd say Tear Moon probably is the best villainous show I watched. Yeah, I'd say it's my favorite. I think I like it better than All Routes Lead to Doom. Yeah.
Well, the main difference is that they aren't from another world this time, which is very nice, and they maintain their personality from before their kind of.
I do like that we don't
reincarnated.
have any silly conflict like that where the person thinks about it too much.
Yeah, like that.
Annie
That'll
List
be annoying.
agrees with you. For 2023, going by average score, they've stuck Freyren on the top.
Yeah, the only
above-
thing that's really closest for me is or well, not just close. The only thing it would compete with for me is Oshinoko.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which is it's only 2% difference.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah,
that
those
makes it,
are my
you know,
top 2
6
shows of the year.
positions.
But what about Attack on Titan?
I
Yeah, for
mean-
dropped, I'll actually sort just by this year.
Yeah,
Actually, I should sort by last update.
good.
Yeah, that would make
There we
more
go. Bop,
sense.
bop, bop. Yeah, Pluto. Me and Michael watched this both episodes together. We talked about on the Discord before. Hate the show.
Very
Hate the
bad.
show.
Hate the show. It annoys me so much, especially because Lofty liked it.
It
I'm
just
so
wastes
interested
so much
now.
time.
Because we just found out, or I just found out, that it is like somebody else's memory of what they remember when they read Astro Boy, and like trying to
Yeah.
tell that story. And I'm like, I'm so curious because I remember Astro Boy. I liked Astro Boy.
That
wasn't
kind of makes
like-
sense.
Like Astro Boy wasn't like mind blowing. Like for me, Speed Racer will always be like the best old series. But that's kind of obvious given my taste, and I'm so interested to see what a guy in 2006 thinks he remembers with Astro Boy.
Again, I think Disgrace Noble Lady is the best show I've dropped.
Ooh, that
might
one
move
might
some
get
other
dropped for
scores
me
around.
too.
Yeah, I think Disgrace Noble is the best show I've dropped so far, and it might
It's
actually go above a
very
couple others I'm
silly.
still watching.
But it also seems like it just seems like I don't need to spend the time. Like I feel
Yeah,
like,
I think
"Oh,
it's
that
silly
was
and
good."
enjoyable, but I don't think it's super high quality, and there's not a lot of jokes that I felt were really good that were like, I want to go watch the next episode because I want to get more of this writing. I
Yeah.
want more of this level of writing. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Pluto, it really annoyed me. It really pissed me off.
Actually
It's
pissed
like
you off. Interesting.
Yeah, it just
it was
wastes all
mostly
this
the first
time.
episode. The second episode was just kind of boring.
You can spoil away. Given its
It's all fully
plot
out, yeah.
plot design and the fact that it's all out, I don't mind if it's spoiled because
Yeah, like
kind of
did we
already
already
know.
talk about the fact that all the characters are robots? I think we talked about it like Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about there was all
because all the
robots and
characters being
stuff.
robots is what led us to the discovery that it's a remake
Yeah.
of Astro Boy.
I probably don't even mention it too much, but yeah, it was the same thing I talked about last week. It's just like they wasted half an hour on a plot line for one character to die. And it's like he was I mean, I guess he could have been an important plot character, but I think the idea is the fact that all of those guys are gonna die. It just leads we're spending like 3 episodes where all of these other robots except for the young boy are gonna die. And then
Yeah.
it's his mission to like defeat whatever that thing is or whatever the big bad is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of boring that we're taking so much time to get to this point. We're like going over all these other little details of their life, but it doesn't make me care about them because I know they're going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole second episode was dedicated to the fat guy dying or the fat robot dying. And there was so many death flags all over the place. Just
They were
over and over.
constant.
It's kind of like when you're like halfway through like a show, maybe you don't know anything about it. Does anybody care if I spoil an old video game?
Which one?
Halo Reach?
No, sure. I played that, yeah.
I'll mute you.
Okay. I hope I'm muted now. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll put this up. So, like, spoiler alerts. Halo Reach is literally let's learn about someone and watch them die. Every chapter or mission or whatever the like context was for that. And it was nice. It was really well done. But after like the second one, I was like, oh, this is just gonna be a big parade of everybody dying. Okay. Let's see how
Yeah.
this works out. And like you kind of know that going into it because that's like the setup of the intro is like figure out what happened. But
Yeah, you already know they're all dead.
with the
Yeah, they
first
already told
one, you kind of like, okay, maybe they're like I'll find them like huddled in a base somewhere and then we can work together. But by that second one, you're like, nah, I'm just finding everybody's corpses. All right, Michael, you can come back now.
Yeah, I thought Reach was pretty fun. I liked playing through the game. The gameplay is pretty solid. And there's a difference when you're doing a game and the story is less important because it can be fun to play through it, and that'll keep me going.
True.
Whereas in
Extremely
Pluto,
important.
it's
You're
just
not playing
we spent
Pluto.
the-
You're just sitting
we
there.
spent
Like
the entire second episode, which is an hour long, setting up for this one character to die. It
But
would be
it was
it would be so much
important.
different if we spent like if we spent like 2 or 3 like just an hour total on all of our characters dying instead of 2 hours for 2 characters to die.
I think this
No.
show would make a good 12-episode season.
really,
There's just so much to cut out.
is it?
Yeah.
So is it hour long?
It's
Eights, or
8
is it-
hours of Pluto. It's actually probably over 8 hours, but yeah, it's like 8 hours of Pluto.
Okay, so it's hour long episodes.
Yeah,
Like-
instead of 3
Yeah,
hours,
it's
they
That's the same
bloated
thing
up
with
to 8
like
instead
the
of 3
the
hours.
attack. That's why I haven't watched Attack on Titan yet. Is because I think it's supposed to be like 3
So
hours or
long.
something, and I'm just like,
It's
but,
a lot.
but I'll watch like a 20-minute episode here or 20-minute episode there. Like, come on, just do those for me.
Yeah, like that's a problem when you have too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, the finale of Attack on Titan just pisses me off in concept, so I refuse to watch it.
It really feels like they contracted them for. It feels like they contracted them for the 8 hours, and they're like, "Okay, we want 8 hours of television from you," and they just made that.
No, but that was like the 30 minutes they wasted the first episode was like the most poignant and thematic. I swear that's how everyone defending the show talks. Well,
Yeah, because
specifically
that's how I described it last time. They literally repeat the same interaction 3 times in the
Yeah, but
half an
every
hour.
time.
Oh, it feels like a gameplay loop as opposed to
Yeah,
like,
it is
plot.
the same exact interaction where he says, "I don't like robots. Don't play music." He plays music. "I don't like robots. Stop playing the music." It's
Alex
just
is-
like, why are we going through this?
it wasn't
I
a long
still-
plane flight.
I would have rather watched the like 4 episodes of this or 5 episodes of that than watched one Attack on Titan thing. Watch it in bits. Okay, I'll just play it for a bit and then stop and then play it
I
for
I
a bit
definitely
and
agree with your
stop.
take on Apothecary Diaries. I don't like China.
I don't like China. I just don't. I don't care about Chinese noble houses.
I hate the
Oh,
way they write these shows. I
did
hate the
did
names.
you
I hate the
start
way these characters interact with each other. I hate
Was
all
it
of that.
Oka? Did you start Oka at all?
I don't think so.
Oka was like in a world where a disease has ravaged and killed like 90% of the male population. They are now the geisha. And so it was just like a gay version of this show. And you're like, I don't like that either. Like it's none of these are fun.
Yeah, very
Don't
bad.
say yeah, Mr. Raven Lover. You're like,
It
oh,
was good.
I
It
like the
was
Chinese
good.
when it's the Raven.
That was good. This is bad.
Yeah, I think Chinese like people will say stuff like, "Oh, Eastern writing just doesn't hold up to the Western standard."
I mean, what Australian said that to you?
I was trying to imitate British, but
That
whatever.
was so none of the way you said standard sounded so Aussie to me.
If you want to hold up that standard, I'm gonna have.
I'm gonna have to take a shoey now. All right, that's where you
I'm
fill your
good.
shoe with alcohol and drink it.
Everything's alcohol.
Drink a beer out of a shoe. It's called a shoey.
I don't think they'd call it a beer. They'd probably call it whatever the name is.
And they call it a bear. At least that's what Danny Rick says.
Yeah, let's see. What brands would they call it by? I don't know. Because I feel like that's what they do a lot for their food stuff. More so in England and like Australia, is they'll call it by the brand name. Like we'll do it for a lot of products that aren't food, but we'll do it. They do it more for products that are food. Because like
Okay.
we call like any plastic bag is a Ziploc, right?
Right.
Stuff
Mhm.
like that. And then like for them, every beer would just be like whatever.
Oh wait, you mean you don't call them baggy and big baggy?
Can you get the big
Freezer
baggy?
bag. You mean freezer bag and a storage bag and a sandwich bag?
No, no, no. You got a sandwich baggy, normal baggy, and a big baggy. I know
Undead
they're small
Unluck
ones. But
is
we don't like the small
Undead
ones.
Unluck's a show I gave 3 episodes. I was actually liking it at the start, but then I realized, yeah, it is just a show. And I don't remember what they did in
Yeah.
episode 3 that made me like be really annoyed at it, but it was not. I did not like episode 3. It was kind
I
of.
mean, they basically establish a fighting circuit they have to do very quickly.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like, okay, this
Oh,
episode is going to be this
Except
one.
people in
The next
Texas.
episode is going to be this one.
What?
People in the South, they say sparkling cider. And I'm like, it's called Martinelli's. What's wrong with you people?
what?
Well, I
there
mean,
are
if it's
other
a
brands
if
of
it's a
cookies, too.
Martinelli's, it's a Martinelli's.
It's always a Martinelli's.
It's always.
They're
No,
always
that's
like,
what
there's
the
other
other
brands, and they always buy Martinelli's. It's like, I don't care if Welch's makes one. You never buy it. It's always a Martinelli's.
Bruh.
Yeah, Undead Unluck is very generic. It did have nice anime. I think the animation fell off is what annoyed me. I'm pretty sure the animation fell off kind of hard, and that's what annoyed me the most. Is like that's the entire reason I was watching is to have some fun animation. And then the third episode, it did not have that.
I mean, it has a decent setup, but then it immediately just jumps into shonen nonsense.
Yeah,
See
just
what I
basic
mean?
shonen nonsense.
South. No one calls it Martinelli's.
Like extremely generic shonen
Like
shit.
the biggest problem with a lot of shonens is they make the world tiny.
Kind of.
They in Undead Unluck, you don't see anybody except for like the people they're fighting.
Well, the
you
weird part
literally-
is
you don't
there's
see
a set
anyone.
like Undead Unluck set across the entire planet. Whereas like
Yeah.
other shows have the excuse of like Tokyo Ghoul is in Tokyo.
Oh
Or,
yeah,
like-
that's the big problem is the
Oh,
fact
is
that
that
there's
where
this,
that one
oh yeah,
takes
there's
place?
this like whole world-spanning organization that kills anybody that has special powers
Yeah.
or like captures them, and it's like they have 8 members.
And only 8 members. No
They-
more.
Pretty strong 8, I guess. Like,
Yeah, it's just like such a stupid concept. I really despise.
Yeah, very bad.
Why do shonens do this? Even like Demon Slayer wasn't this bad about it.
Yeah, well,
Because yeah,
I mean,
Demon Slayer,
Demon Slayer
Demon
did
Slayer,
it
only
very much-
Japan.
yeah, Demon Slayer has a setting in Japan. It has a very limited amount of like the Hashira or whatever, and the fact they don't have Empress against.
well, it's just because like there aren't more people good enough to be Hashira.
Yeah, but also the thing is, you see a lot of other people. Like, yeah, you see so many other people that
Sure.
exist
And
in
like
this
just
world.
support staff alone, you know?
Yeah, you see, there's so much more to the world you do see. In Undead Luck, you see. I'm pretty sure you see even when they like go to Lake Baikal in Russia. Like they go from Japan to Lake Baikal in Russia.
Well,
to, like,
Russia doesn't
do
even send
something.
support for their armor, so it would make
But
sense.
yeah, they
that
go to this like popular tourist destination. The first person our like girl character runs into is the person they were going to fight.
Yeah.
That's
convenient.
the only person she runs into.
I
It's
don't
like
hold you, I shot
JoJo.
it
Any other
before they made it
character.
to Russia.
At least in JoJo, they're like, oh, stand users are attracted to each other, and they're just that's their hand wave for why they always run into each other.
I mean, the thing is, there's also a decent number of people out there too.
Well, also, all the stand users are hunting them in part
Yeah,
3.
that's
True.
they JoJo comes up with different reasons why they'd be there. It gives you extra reasons to explain away this.
I do still love that that's the ex machina though. Like in general, like if some stand user shows up that isn't hunting them, it's like they're all attracted to each other just through magnets, basically, in the stands.
It is funny when you have the different ones, like in part 4, that are just there.
Yeah,
they're
the
just townspeople.
Yeah,
the
just normal
townsfolk.
people.
That's so good. The hairdresser and what's
But
up?
also,
It's just Abby.
it isn't literally every day that they run into somebody.
Exactly.
That is part of it too. It's not literally every day is an episode.
It's literally just, hey, let's check out this hair salon or this restaurant, and then they find a
Yeah.
stand user working there.
The
Also,
restaurant
I
is
love
so
those
funny.
episodes. Those are good.
Those are the best episodes.
The
San
restaurant
Antonio.
episode is one of my favorites.
Because you're always trying to figure out, like, are they actually like evil? Are they trying to like kill him? Like, or
Well, I
is
mean,
this
yeah,
just
they
like,
just do that perfectly because it's a
Mhm.
great joke.
yeah, it's so classic.
Yeah, I don't think I need to talk about any of the rest of the shows from the season. They were just
Yeah,
kind
like
of bad.
the pig show.
No one talks about the pig show.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
really?
assume it's bad.
Oh, yeah, Revenger is one I dropped. That's part of the. These are some of the shows I dropped from like previous seasons too, like
Wait.
Revenger.
We probably do need to bring up Dating Story as being trash.
The art's horrible. That's the
Art's
reason I
horrible.
didn't go anywhere.
The plot is boring. There's like only 3 characters that are of any importance in the show, and that's extremely obvious from the beginning. Yeah, just trash.
There's
all
like
around.
4. There's 4 of them.
There's
All
4.
3 of the Gyaryus. All
I don't
3 of
know.
the
Maybe
Gyaryus.
5. Maybe 5 if you
I don't
count.
know. I look at their Annie list, and they don't. None of them have unique portraits except for 3 characters.
I think what's best about it right now is that the best friends actually have become like fun characters, and I was expecting them to disappear the second that he starts dating her. But they still have their little
Right.
lunch sessions, and they're chatting, and like they hate him, but they want to support him, and it's actually really endearing. Like it's a very fun little show.
Yeah, that definitely
Okay.
makes it better knowing
I
that.
forgot. I dropped Vending Machine after only 2 episodes. Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say their designs are trash.
Oh
The two
yeah,
characters.
some of the
like
other ones I was
design,
dropping.
art, like it cuts every corner it needs to in order to save on like people time. Like you watch a show and you're like, wow, there is nothing moving right now.
Can you show us the portraits? Like go down to the character
The
list.
disparity the disparity between Dating Story and other shows, massive.
Oh wow, look, and then you got the
Yeah.
main 3, and then there's just generic.
This is literally the press
That's
kit
Fat
they sent
Friend.
out.
Yeah,
Friend,
that's
yep.
Fat Friend.
Or yeah, this is
You don't even get
literally
Skate
just
Friend.
the press kit they send out is like just the forward facing blank shots.
Mm-hmm.
Main characters. Bop. Bop.
Main character scaled up, main
Blah.
character scaled
Blah.
down.
And that's it. That's every single character in the show.
I feel like they even go to where like some background characters are just sort of like outlines. Like it's like a stage play, you know, where it's like here's the main characters and no one else matters.
And here's
we're
the
gonna let
crowd.
You know,
Here's-
the crowd
yeah.
doesn't matter because they're painted on the like wood in the background.
I don't think
It's
anyone's
just
watching
still-
writing.
It's just still too sweet. It's
If it
too
was
sweet. still.
stylistically like that, I would probably give the show more credit, but it is.
Oh, you
If it-
still have
if
Ragnar
it
and Crimson watching.
Ooh.
Oh, I do.
That's
I'm waiting
crazy.
for my drop episode.
I gotta
to-
love seeing Brandon have stuff at like a 7.5 drop.
Drop something.
I just didn't have time, guys. I just didn't have time. You're like, okay, Brandon. Or he'll have a
Vortex,
rule.
like,
I like his
that's
new
rank
rules.
daughter.
It's making it a lot easier. He's like, this one broke rule number 3, and I'm like, okay.
His
And rule
rules are
number 3
funny, but
was
half the shows don't actually break them.
Well, he says he just says it's Yuri if he doesn't like it.
if girls
much.
look at each other, it's Yuri.
That's
He's from a
really what it
different time.
is.
He's from a different time than us.
He's still upset about girls wearing socks that are too short.
All for Silas. All for Silas.
Uh,
Baby can't do that. I think is actually rule like 4 or 5. Like I was like, how is that not rule number 1? Like,
It's a really funny rule.
it's
That's
just
the
a
only rule I
new
agree with.
guy in chat. It's just obvious has watched like half the first episode. I assume he dropped it considering he didn't finish the first episode.
Good. It was trash.
Yeah,
Kingdom of Ruin.
I'm pretty sure we skipped at like the halfway point. We're like, there's no way they're having sex.
No, I watched it fully.
We did okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
watched that
when I
separately.
went through to watch it, I think it was with you. Yeah, I watched it as like, this is kind of boring. I'm just gonna skip and see where he doesn't have sex with her.
Yep.
Because it's a really obvious bait that when for
Oh,
our
you were
dating
talking about
story,
dating
when
story.
yeah, when they go
no.
in there, it's like it's obviously they're not having sex. You know they're not going to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
If they did, I would actually give the show a chance. I'd be like, okay, you're doing something other shows won't do because that's it's they're more prudish, stuff like that.
well, the thing they're doing that other shows won't do is that she always has sex on the first date. So all of the exes, he's like, I'm not gonna be like them, like assholes. I'll be good to her, and like that's his thing.
Yeah, but you could also just have sex with her too
He's
and be
like
good to her.
Scott Pilgrim,
It's
but
not
he
that.
doesn't
It's not
have
actually
sex.
different.
It's not different.
No, I mean, yeah, it's not different if you did or did not have sex with her. I don't think.
It
You could
it
still,
is.
you could still. Well, no, I'm talking like you could still treat
as
her
a
well,
as a
though.
consistent sex haver, the buildup makes it all the better.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It doesn't. You're not an asshole just for doing that, though. You could just
No,
be.
but they were. That's like the point. Is that
No,
they
but he
were-
doesn't
they
have
were.
to be. What is he? He doesn't have any control over himself. He's just a leaf in the wind. He doesn't. He isn't a person.
No,
well, actually, that's true. He isn't. He is a real
The
character.
point is, she has just given it away like it's nothing, and now he's respecting her, and she is seeing the importance of that. And every episode now, she's like, "I am so excited for when I'm ready." Like, oh, like they touch,
We're never gonna see that.
hold hands, and that's an important thing. They kiss, and that's an important thing. They like every step along the way feels that much more important and special to her now, and that's the whole characterization there.
Yeah, but we're not gonna see that. So they're not gonna.
I mean, we've gotten a kiss and a handhold. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do it by the end of the season.
If they're not gonna do it by this season, I'm gonna say it now. They're not gonna do it.
All right, I'll let you know.
Because this is
and you'll never know because you're not gonna watch it.
And you can tell me. Are you gonna?
No,
watch
I'm gonna tell you, and you'll never know if I'm lying or not.
Yeah. I won't believe you, no matter what you say.
Yeah, you don't have shows with girls with body counts. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Did you watch
But we actually do because we had the new Scott Pilgrim show.
Oh, which is on Annie list. Who made it?
I have no idea. Let's check.
It's made by a Japanese studio, isn't
it? Science Saru. Oh, they're making Dandadan.
Yeah.
Dandadan.
That's gonna be something.
Oh, they made Yuri Deca. That's why it sucks.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah, that one also sucks.
God, you're like, wow, look how look how deep this is.
Man, this studio just makes trash, and they made one good show.
Can they not? They've got Netflix money.
Oh,
right?
never mind. They have a really good show.
I don't think they made Devilman Crybaby themselves.
I doubt it. They're probably like.
It says it was. It was produced by. Yeah, they just hired them. That's interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. They definitely had a different director.
I guess they're just the studio.
Yeah. Who's the director on that one?
They're just somebody that Netflix hires a lot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy that did this one didn't do anything else for this studio. Original creator, yeah, USA. Because yeah, he did the plan for Yuri Deco.
Who is the director?
Yeah, he did Inuo, and did he do the? Okay, he did Devilman Crybaby. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Devilman. He did 2 of their best shows, and then he also did Inuo, and he didn't direct Yuri Deco. Yuri Deco was directed by Tomohisa Shimoya. Shimuyama. This guy did Scott Pilgrim episode direction. Only one of them. I'm pretty sure they
pull up the mugshot of the guy
From
who
what I
did
remember,
Scott
they
Pilgrim.
did from Scott Pilgrim. When I looked at it, I think they did even credits, as in they gave different directors just an episode credit.
Look at pull up the guy that did the directing on Scott Pilgrim.
This is the guy. Oh wait, did not switch. Oops, wrong one.
I'm
yeah,
not seeing it.
Oh,
yeah, I got to go down here. I'll go to this, and then I'll go to Yuri Deco, because I opened it in a new tab instead. Tomohisa Shimomiyama, he did the direction for Yuri Deco. He did an episode direction on Scott Pilgrim. And the guy that did the real direction, full direction, was this guy.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. We just waded through all these Japanese people, and now you got Abel Gongora. Sprinting his Gongora.
He's from
on this.
Barcelona.
He's a Spanish. And then his credits are
Scott Pilgrim. He did some
Star
work on
Wars Visions,
He did
episode
some work
6.
on
just
Vision.
everything from the studio. It looks like.
Looks like he did some quite a bit of work because he has several different credits on Devilman Crybaby. He has a couple.
OP
credits on
animation for
Rise of
Japan
Rise of
Sinks.
Did he do older stuff? He did a little bit of, or he did some work at least on Ping Pong.
Flash animation. Like what?
Yeah, he has a decent bit of credits of working with the studio. He's been there for a while, looks like.
That's
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah,
Look,
this
they
is
just
his
chose
first show
him.
that he has been the lead on.
Yeah, they chose him because they wanted a white guy directing it.
Yeah. Brian Lee O'Malley, it was probably the only guy he could talk to while he was there. He's like, I want that guy directing it.
I think Vision's all different directors in every episode.
Different director, different studio each episode.
Okay.
Mm.
I wonder which
Oh,
one
no,
they
don't
worked
die on
on
me.
then. Was it episode 6 then that their studio
Yeah,
did?
it says 6.
Let's see if the other credits match. Or I could. It's easier to go to the Star Wars Visions episode. Yeah, they had. Yeah, Able.
Didn't Devilman
it tells
do
you
ping
there,
pong?
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they did episode 9. They did episode 6. Did they have a third one? No, looks like they did 2. Yeah, Trigger had one episode. There's a couple other. There's Production IG in there. Trigger again, and then a couple of smaller studios.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea. All I know is I remember some people saying it was good, some people saying it was bad. It has a 71% score, which is kind of bad.
Oh, that's insane that a C would get you only kind of bad.
Well, I mean, relative to other scores, most. I mean, if you're not getting like an 80% on any list, it means everybody else has bad taste.
Easily.
There are shows that are in like the 60s that I like quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back to mine and see what I got in terms of that.
That's why I like the smiley faces. There's been a
Yeah,
map
it
I
shows as
actually-
100% or a 0%. That's what it is, Blaine. You're just giving 100% or 0% every time.
Mm-hmm.
No. Sometimes I use like the score to change like where things are, right? So like I've got 10 through 1.
So I'll do complete and see other ones. I say most all the top stuff I have is going to be really highly rated anyways, because most people just generally like it. I wonder where Edge Runner's sitting at right now.
Jujutsu Kaisen animator quits Mappa, vows to never work with them again.
To be fair, fuck Jujutsu Kaisen. We don't like that shit.
Oh, Isaacin is only 79.
You realize that he quit during Jujutsu Kaisen, and he was probably in the slave mines getting whipped during Chainsaw Man as well.
Yeah, but Chainsaw Man was good.
Okay, yeah,
But,
people have really bad taste sometimes because Shangri-La Frontier has 78. Is that a 78?
The difference is it's a good story versus JJK, which is a shit story.
Not to the animator who just hates getting overworked.
You know what else?
Maybe the animator really liked Chainsaw Man the manga, so he actually enjoyed working there.
100 Girlfriends had a 76.
Then he wouldn't quit when Mappa's probably going to have a season 2 of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, but then he has to work on JJK. That's probably really demoralizing, going from the best story ever to fucking trash.
I get it.
Like,
Let's
can we just acknowledge that JJK is terrible?
I don't know. I don't know
And
if anyone
Chainsaw
can
Man
hear
has
me.
a 85% rating, so I think it's good.
Just stop basing your opinions off ratings.
I don't know. I think you get like a 65% rating, Michael. I think that's what I'm going to give you.
Damn.
Hey, chat, can you hear Michael right now?
Can they?
I think
They should be
I
able
think
I
I've
can
found
hear
a
you.
system that lets me mute you,
That's
but
homophobic.
it doesn't it lets me still talk to you. Me and Serrano can
Blaine,
still
did you
hear
know
you.
Love After World Domination had as a 73%?
Oh, I know that one's low, but I don't care. I love
Yeah,
it so
because
much.
people are really stupid. They base
I
everything
know
off
Trigun
of
Stampede is pretty underrated because it kind of got review bombed.
Oh, you
Oh,
can
it
hear
was
him?
looking better
Why,
than it
what is that
was.
for then? Why do I have this button?
Yeah, Trigun Stampede actually looks better than it was. It's
Did they
78
ever release
now.
part 2 of Stampede?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. I caught up on JJK.
Yeah, there
I
are plenty of
am.
shows in like the
It is
70s that I do
great.
love. Yeah.
Submit yourself to Chainsaw Man being the best anime ever.
Never. I will fight till I die.
I was rewatching it the other day.
Rewatching, now it's even worse.
Dude, Pochita, episode 1, that was rough when Pochita died. That was rough.
Oh, look at you caring.
Man, see how that was so emotional? The Pachita died. Hell's
Dude, it was
Paradise
so
is
sad.
80%, dude. Ragnar Crimson can't be that high. There's no way.
Oh,
It can be that
thank
high.
you, Pedro. I saw ads for this when I was in Japan, and I forgot to look it up. But yeah, Go Go Loser Ranger looks hilarious.
Ragnar Crimson is 72.
I'm
It's
in.
much lower. Yeah.
Well,
Right,
you know what? Ragnar Crimson is shit. What about Kingdom of Ruin?
I can check that after, but I want to catch up with the chat. It's just Avi who's asked what's good to watch this season because we're talking about like older stuff. Yeah, for the ones I really love this season, 100 Girlfriends, really great rom-com, mostly comedy, definitely sexy, really fun show. He just continually gets more and more girlfriends. Their dynamics with each other and with Rentaro are all pretty good. It's always a fun episode. I never really it never felt slow at all, or I wanted to skip any of it. Shangri-La Frontier is definitely one of my favorites from the season as well. It's about a guy who plays only bad video games. He decides he wants to play a good video game for once, and he chooses a really good video game to play. It's a VRMO set style where they're not locked in a game or anything. They just play it because they want to. Yeah, he ends up running into a super high-level monster early on, and he manages to survive against it long enough that it gets him a special debuff that unlocks the quest chain, which kind of starts his story with this, and where other people are going to want to interact with him because they want to find out the unique quest chain in the game as well. It creates a lot of drama for him in terms of people trying to hunt him down and kill him, or just capture him and find out what happened with this quest.
I mean, the best part of the show is that the game is like just realistic in how it's presented.
The game feels like it could actually be made. Maybe not today, but can be made in the future with slightly better technology.
Yeah, it's not like
I think every time
MMOs where they're just bullshitting their way through. Oh yeah, you could be a merchant if you wanted to. You could like sell items.
Yeah, like every time we bring this up, it's like the writer actually has gaming experience and knowledge.
100%.
So
He
it's
loves
such a
video
nicer.
games.
It's a breath of fresh air in that sense.
Yeah. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the stream. Frieren is probably my favorite show of the year. As amazing animation. I really like the characters a lot. They go on their journey across the world to do various things. It changes because, well, I mean, Frieren doesn't really have any time constraints. She just keeps going around. And yeah, it's not Sword Art Online at all. No, very different, much better. And of course, the animation of Shangri-La Frontier just amazing. And that's the way it is for all three of these shows. I very much value the quality of animation in my anime, which is why these are my top three as well. If you don't have like some stellar animation, you're not really going to be one of my favorite shows. It's just that simple. I need all aspects of my show to be good for it to be on top.
I only watch the greatest shows ever.
And then
I mean, the thing is, there is always so much anime out there. There's no reason to not be picky.
And then the last few you want to check out are catch up on Spy Family and Eminence in Shadow. They're having season 2s right now.
Yeah, Eminence of Shadow is having another season, so I'm going to be catching up on Eminence of Shadow so I can start watching that. Spy Family season 2, it's really good. It's very much as good as the first one. If you already watched that, I would recommend it. Dark Gathering
Overtake is my
continuance.
recommendation on something fun, a little bit different that you don't
Yeah,
see all the
Overtake
time.
is a racing show focused on the F4, I believe it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
F4
Japanese
racing, which
F4
is
specifically.
Japanese F4, which is a lower class of racing, which is just smaller cars, less powerful for cheaper. So it's easier for other people to just get in and do this kind of expensive hobby if they would like. Yeah, you could also. It is also a way for younger drivers to be able to break into the sport to try to get to higher levels if they don't have like a great sponsor already.
Yeah, there's two kinds of people that do F4 racing. It's young people trying to like get into F3, F2, F1, and it's old people who are like, I still want to race, and because it's super like relatively, I think it's like 60 grand to run a team for a year.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
it is much cheaper than other racing, so you get
Fuck that
people
rain
from all.
episode.
But
I'll see it.
you
I'll
effectively
see
get
it.
people from like all walks of life getting to do this and try
Yep.
out their.
Poor people, rich people.
And you're not really that focused on success. Lots of people are out there just have a good time, improve their driving skills, stuff like that. So it's a very different environment from like professional racing. There is an aspect to it where people want to win, but that's not why everybody's there. So you got all these
Mhm.
characters with their different stuff they're doing, and they just have really. It also has very good animation. That's probably one of my favorite bits about it, is like they do animation really well, especially for the characters, and it gets you attached to them pretty well. I think they do a good job of focusing on the characters and making you interested in them.
Definitely.
Yeah, two other shows like towards the middle range, Tear Moon and Shun Vampire Princess. We'll talk about Tear Moon first. Tear Moon, villainous show. Girl dies. She gets set back in time. Does not want to die, so she changes her course in life and starts doing things differently to set herself up for a more successful future. Gets into wacky hijinks, and people think she's much smarter than she actually is. She's a really fun character, very enjoyable to follow. I definitely recommend that if you're at all interested in villainous shows. Shun Vampire Princess. How would you shortly explain this one, Michael?
He doesn't shortly do anything.
Yeah, he's too tall for that. That's why I'm
Super
much
deep.
more familiar with it. And I can condense this stuff down with a nice mortar and pestle because I use that every day when we're cooking.
What'd you say?
I'm just nom, 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 nom.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was eating.
Yeah, focus on Terrakomari Gandasblood, who has become a general for the vampire army, but she is very weak and has to fool people into thinking she's strong because she wants to take over the empire from the current queen when she retires. And to do that, she's gonna have to prove her worth in battle while having no battle prowess whatsoever.
That adds up.
Yeah, and that's every show I would want to talk about. Like, there's other shows. There's decent other shows like Goblin Slayer season 2. I like that. I rated it like an 8 as well. I recommend that. But it's a sequel. It doesn't really need much explanation. It's not different from season 1. Under
You don't
Ninja,
care about animation.
very silly show. Weird decisions on the pacing, but there's definitely some good humor I got out of it. There's definitely points where I quite enjoyed it.
It definitely has the worst opening, like scene of any show.
The first opening.
Oh,
like,
the
first opening to
scene,
first
yeah.
scene. The opening
That's
first scene is really
super
stupid.
weird.
They
Mhm.
kind of really like the whole skipping is weird in the later episodes. It completely butchers the first episode.
Yeah, like you have to skip the first 5 minutes just to understand the show.
It was like, I was like, they said I should watch this. I'm gonna watch it. And I got like a little bit through and I was like, man, I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy this. Like that's what my thought was when I was first watching it. I was like, this is just some kind of stupid joke and it's gonna be dumb. And then it starts getting a little bit more Manchurian, I'll say. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm in it.
There are interesting things it does, but it's also just it's kind of silly. It is pretty hard to take it seriously.
First 5 minutes you dropped and deleted. Exactly.
The whole idea of the ninjas and the way they have that play out. They're above governments, man.
But below governments, and then there's more about like there's this one scene in I want to say it was episode 4, but it might have been 5, where they use this special weapon, and I was like, okay, we got like a new steak that I was not expecting here. I don't know. It's just it's
It is a
interesting.
goofy show. It's
I'm here for it.
It is worth checking out a couple episodes if it sounds interesting to you to see how you like it. Don't be worried about dropping it though, because honestly, it seems like it's
Yeah,
gonna stay
if you can't
pretty
stand
similar
looking at it,
flow.
get out because it doesn't get
Mhm.
better.
Well, I mean, obviously that's not gonna get better. Any show you think is like, man, I like it, but I wish it looked better. It's never gonna look better. Shows don't ever get looking better later in the season.
No, but they could have like a different like they all take off their VR hats and suddenly you're in a A1 Pictures show and you're like, where did this come from? Like I've seen that
There are
before.
some shows that save their animation in terms
Production
of
IG does that sometimes.
I was gonna say there's some shows that save their high impact like action scenes like Free Run or something like that. They'll save their time until they want to do a good action scene and then they do it very well.
Right.
But no, you're not gonna just like see something jump in quality. Because obviously from the beginning you can see Free Run is beautifully drawn. The animation is exquisite. It's like just so detailed. It just more detailed than it needs to be in just like simple scenes. That really just shows you how much love went into making it. Yeah, I think that's enough talking about anime for now.
Oh, I can turn off this bot now. I don't need stream elements donations popping around. I think they have the same split as super chats, so
Yeah, might as well dump them.
I'll keep them for the random raid Shadow Legends. If I ever get another one of those.
They're not coming back to you, Balloon.
No, they won't come back. Like, I don't know. I almost got a Star Trek one. I was like, maybe that'll be the one that I can actually get people to sign up for.
Nope.
No, it's a Star Trek gotcha, isn't it?
It was
Or was it Star
gone
Trek
immediately.
Command?
It was that fleet one, yeah.
Yeah, Fleet Command.
All the
'Cause
spots filled up.
I remember seeing the stupid things where
It's like really famous people that are like,
yeah,
I
it's the
play
ads
Star
with
Wars
the-
Fleet Commander. I'm like, no, you don't.
yeah, it's the ads with the Star Trek like actors.
It's got like Shatner and stuff.
It's
Like,
like,
no.
yeah.
I know you don't play games.
Dragon's Dogma 2 had an announcement for their announcement of the
Which
release
Trek?
date.
The mobile game. The mobile Trek game.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma got a release date.
No, it's got an announcement that tomorrow they're going to formally announce the release date.
Have a good one, Pop. Why would they announce an announcement? Why don't they just announce it?
They always do that. Everybody does this. all the companies do this.
I don't understand. What's the point?
It works, but it must work better. Like everybody does it.
Better, harder, stronger.
Capcom's most underrated RPG just landed on PlayStation Plus 16 hours ago.
Which one?
Dragon's
what's the game?
Dogma.
Oh,
That kind of makes sense, yeah.
PlayStation Plus extra users can play Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen for free.
that's a useless article. Just telling you what games came out this month for PS Plus.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
entirely useless.
So that's not Dragon's Dogma 2.
No, that's not going to be out for a while, I assume.
Okay. Oh yeah,
If they
the
haven't
next
given a
article
release
is
date,
5
even
reasons
if it
why
releases
Dragon's Dogma
quickly,
has
it's
still
not
holds
going to
up.
be anytime in the next 3 months, I imagine. Like even if it's a short, like switch between announcement to release, it's never that short.
This says that European release has been announced for March 22nd.
Yeah, so about 3 months. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They'll probably formally announce it tomorrow then.
Peggy revealed that Dragon's Dogma 2 March 22nd, 2024, in addition to the listing, which appears to have been published prematurely before the official announcement, has been revealed that the game will have in-game purchases. Bum, bum,
no.
bum.
That seems that's actually
Showcase,
pretty normal
15
because it's Capcom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What they did for Monster Hunter, they didn't have any purchasable weapons or anything. It was all skins. It was all skins.
Oh, in was it
Yeah, in Monster Hunter
Not
World,
Rise.
and like Monster Hunter Rise,
World.
yeah.
Oh.
Basically, all of their purchasable, downloadable content was just skins of like, I don't know how many were like third-party characters, but I know like every single DLC thing was not gameplay connected.
That's good.
So I'm not that worried about it myself.
I wonder why Madhouse has happy staff. Do they have like a really nice like cereal buffet?
They probably have a ping pong table.
Every time you go to like a coding studio, it's like, and here's our breakfast buffet. It's just every cereal you could imagine in like
just
one
the
of those
cheap.
cranky handles.
That's just the cheapest food you could have on
Man,
the
have you
shelf.
tried buying a
anytime.
box of cereal recently? That shit's not.
I think they just cut out the logo of the name brand and then they go buy like the scooters or the big bags and
Yeah,
just fill
Michael.
them up.
You can just. They could probably buy it bulk and then get it for like half the price.
That sounds
Yeah,
like a lot of work.
Yeah, you get Honey Nut scooters. I think that's the Kroger brand of Honey Nut Cheerios. I don't know why they're called scooters. They're still circles.
Weird.
Yeah, they should call them like frisbees. Honey Nut
Rings?
frisbees.
Honey Nut rings? No.
You know what they should have? They should have like a waffle bar.
But then you have to have somebody actually make waffle batter.
Well,
that's
Mix it together.
that's
very
just
easy.
buying some Bisquick though, dumping some water in it. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty cheap
You
way to
can't-
actually make
you
people
can't
happy.
you can't let them see the operation. You have to serve
You
hot
can't.
waffles. You
You
have to
can't
serve
give them any
hot
choices.
waffles on demand. You can't see. Don't let them see where the waffles get made. Don't let them know your secret.
No, make them make it themselves. Just have a few of those things out there.
Yeah, they just have a waffle bar. It's just like a giant bowl. It's just like, get your batter.
The only
Just
thing
like
you'd have to do
bananas
is
in
make
it.
sure that you get a waffle maker that can detect like the moisture content of the thing inside it, so it doesn't just burn down the place with waffles.
The Waffle Fire 2025.
We're gonna have to delay Elder Scrolls 7
Your
another
studio
decade.
burned down because of a waffle maker. That's why they don't have a waffle bar anymore.
Where? Yeah, the shake and pour Bisquick.
That's
That
what
way.
Valve's been working on. They
That's what
stopped.
Valve's been doing.
They stopped playing games and they're just putting the
Just
waffle
making
maker.
waffles.
I need to go to Valve and I need to break their waffle maker, and then they'll finally make games.
All right, guys, you get to choose which station you work at today. Everyone goes to the waffle bar.
Oh man, I was hoping somebody worked today.
Because they got those rolly desks. I still haven't been there. I should go sometime.
Just take a tour of the Valve office.
Yeah, it's close.
Oh,
Shake and pour shit still sells for the lazy asses.
is that Urute Yatsura figure behind you alum?
Yeah, I've got.
Damn.
What else would it
You
be?
missed my new figures.
I did miss that. That looks good.
Yeah, you weren't here. You were sick.
That's right. Or I think you were still
I
with
wasn't sick
family,
at the
maybe.
time.
So I got the Rem sheep one,
Nice.
and then Lum star pose.
Lum looks great. We like that.
Full around. It's funny too because she's actually two sections. Like her whole torso fits into the underwear,
Hmm.
and you have to push it together to get it in there.
That's generally
bikini,
how
whatever
that
you call
works.
thing.
Yeah, you put your
have to,
torso into your underwear.
But
But
yeah,
then,
they did the same
But
thing
then
with,
Rem was one piece, which was odd because they were like, this was a much bigger box.
But she's from
Weird.
ReZero.
Yeah.
One Piece crossover?
One Piece.
Yes, Rem the One Piece crossover. Oh, also MF Ghost. I got the main car from that one.
Ooh. We don't like racing. Ooh.
You should like racing. You'd have more T if you did. T tops, that is. Yeah, I'm cutting out the show and tell section of last Wednesday's stream. No, last
Definitely do
Tuesday's
that.
stream.
Definitely do that. I'll watch it.
How is MF Ghost? I love it. I'm just a huge racing fan though, so even if it sucked, I'd still enjoy it. But it is quite a bit of fun, and I'm excited for the next series. You have to give it like 3 episodes to get into like the real race, though. There's a lot of setup before you get to what makes this guy cool.
Okay, Alex, the secret about music in One Piece is that there's only 2 songs you need to know. The first theme song, and then the shit's about to get real music where it's like bump, 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 and it's just that.
Mm.
Everything
I'm
else is
excited
pretty.
for your trip next year, Alex. It's gonna be very good.
See, he
First theme
gets it.
song is badass.
He knows.
He knows.
A lot of shows had really good first theme songs, like Fairy Tail, One Piece.
Well, and
Tokyo
you're
Ghoul.
talking the with One Piece, you're talking about the Japanese first theme.
Yes, I'm not talking about the stupid American 4 Kids one.
Oh, interesting.
Why would anyone talk about the One Piece rap when talking about One
I
Piece?
don't know. I only know that the like Digimon is great.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I figured if they could do Digimon right, maybe they could do One Piece right.
They don't. They definitely don't.
We are by the presidents.
Yeah.
How would you need to know that one?
It's just like it's the main theme for One Piece. It's the first theme song. It's brought up constantly. Well, like often. So, like as far as music in the show goes, that's the important theme song, and yeah. The other theme songs are kind of shit. I don't like them.
Just Avi likes the One Piece theme. Not the rap. Wait, what do you mean?
There's an English version of the One Piece theme that isn't
Oh, kind of like they
the
did
rap.
Yaosobi did with Idol, where they made
Yeah.
an English version. That's pretty fun.
Well, I'm glad Alex likes best character Chopper now.
Is Chopper best character? Because every time I
No,
see
not
it, I
even
just think
close.
it's like a goofball.
He's fun. Everyone likes Chopper, but he definitely isn't the best character. Probably Nico Robin,
Hmm.
just off the top of my head.
Robin's your favorite character?
No, not my favorite. Probably the best character though.
Nico Robin.
Why is she the
What
best
would make
character?
them the best character and still not be your favorite?
Because I like some of the niche side characters that aren't very niche.
Oh, gotcha. Is
But
she
like as
getting
far as a
hit by a
character
train
goes,
right
she
now?
she definitely has the best character in the show.
Gotcha. I recognize this person. I've seen them cosplayed before.
Everyone recognizes Nico Robin.
Nobody gonna miss her.
No one gonna miss.
And she can't hide behind a lamp like or a street light, I can tell you that.
Looking like John Candy in some movie. No, not John Candy. Who's the guy from True Lies? Who's his partner that's fat? Who's that? Tom Arnold?
When I searched True Lies, it just showed me Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, but he has like a partner.
Tom Arnold says Albert Gibson, so I assume he's one of the guys. It could be Bill Paxton's another one that shows up.
Yeah, because he he takes a couple of shots and then hides behind like a lamppost, but he's like really fat. He's like, oh, and like jumps down. It's really funny. It is Tom Arnold. Thank you, Fanside. I knew someone would have been there to have seen that.
I never watched it, but I did Google it.
You should definitely watch that movie if you haven't.
I don't watch movies.
It's a fun one.
I just watched The Thing. That was a movie.
Where's your
And then The
invitation
Thing
scene from
24
True
or
Lies is my
21.
favorite.
The thing is pretty good.
The striptease reveal was also just a classic of its time. Oh, the motorbike terrorist chase. Is that one that other one was? Nice. Isn't Jamie Lee Curtis like annoying now? Has she gotten like past being interesting?
I have no idea what she does.
feel like I saw something that's just like, she said this about so and so, and it was just like, oh, okay, cool. Why are you trying to stay relevant? Just go retire.
And everybody just loves talking about politics, which leads us into the next segment.
Yep, it's time to get political.
Jamie Lee Curtis shares full body mirror selfie from post Thanksgiving workout.
I could care less. Holy shit.
She's just an old lady.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Why? Meanwhile, Dolly Parton.
Didn't they reboot all of her shit recently? Like
Dolly
Halloween
Parton?
and- no, Jamie Lee. Like
Oh.
Terminator and Halloween. They did all that recently.
I'd be surprised if Dolly Parton's even 50% human at this point.
Hey, you know what? Craftsmanship. There's a craftsman behind Dolly Parton, I think. He's keeping her going. I love all
Definitely
of
more than one.
all these memes of these kids that are filming Dolly Parton on the TV and then panning over their grandpa who's just like uncontrollably smiling.
Black men. Why old white women? Why? Why old white women?
All
Wait,
the white
what?
women or old
No, I
white
said
women?
old white women. Black men. Why old white women?
Are you talking to Alex right now about his
Yes.
love of 77-year-old Dolly Parton?
He's not the only one. He's not alone. You see this
might-
far
might be.
more than you should. This is more than a trend.
Why old white? Explain. We need education.
As the resident black, you must explain.
He's got to keep his
I mean, there are
called
bigger
when you
questions.
what's it called when you send
That's my number one question right now. I don't care about anything else.
No, there are
send,
bigger
like, a
questions.
delegate? Is it a delegate? No, it can't be a
Like,
delegate.
how fast did Alex drop our dating story?
Hey, it's Brandon.
I think he dropped it after 3 episodes. I think he gave it 3 episodes. I think
Yeah,
you-
because Blaine
you
and
tried.
Veritex kept being like, no. Maybe, though.
I
What's
had to
this?
see it, so you have to see it.
Oh yeah, the Freddie Mercury.
Oh, I'm not looking at it. I'm downloading pictures right now.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
not
fine.
I'm not gonna save this
I
picture
I love
of
this
Fantasy
meme.
Star Online 2 character until this goes off the screen.
It is a good meme. It is a good one.
Freddie
And,
Guardian, Sailor Mercury.
And I must admit that the thing does not know how to do jack shit for the 80s. Holy crap, this
But
is
that
like
looks so
nightmare fuel.
80s.
Of course it is, but it's still nightmare fuel looking.
Man, your
Oh, of
AI art
course.
looks like Shad's.
Yeah, someone needs to prompt better eyeballs.
Is that a
Yes.
spoon inside the gravy? Like it's just
Yep.
fallen in?
It's a spoon inside the gravy.
Oh,
And then
that's the most realistic thing in the shot is the spoon floating in the gravy because someone forgot the ladle and they're like, "Oh, I've got a plastic spoon here," and they just flap that. And you're like, "God damn it!"
Exactly. And then last
And
but
then
not
you know
least,
there's gonna be another one in there too.
you can't go wrong with Bing Crosby shooting the turkey.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Bing Crosby? How do you
don't know
laugh
who
when
that
you
is.
watch
Oh my word.
Christmas Vacation?
What is that?
We'll have the best Christmas since Bing Crosby danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
Damn
I
right.
don't know what that. I don't know
yeah,
what
I
that
don't get it.
movie is.
You don't know
Who's
Christmas
Danny
Vacation?
Kaye?
It's a National
Christmas
Lampoons.
Vacation?
You familiar with
Oh.
National Lampoons?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
watch that.
So it's
vaguely-
Chevy
Okay.
Chase.
It's time for some edumacation here. Some of
Oh,
the
no.
best, some of the absolute best movies ever created is Bing Crosby and White Christmas, Dancing with Danny fucking Kaye, because Danny Kaye is badass, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's when Chevy Chase is an asshole, as Alucard has demonstrated more than once. But this, the whole vacation series from National Lampoons is epic. It is binge worthy. It is everything that is both right and wrong with Christmas. Do yourself a favor and do us a favor and watch these.
I'm not
Is
watching
this the
it.
one where grandma
Watch 'em.
dies?
You gotta
It's
watch them.
so good. Is this what?
The one where grandma dies and they have to carry him on
I'm
top.
gonna spend more time trying to rip off kids on barter.vg.
No,
Oh, my
grandma's
word.
something dies. No, it has such good flashbacks and not flashbacks, what do they call it? Daydream sequences. They're so
Yes.
funny throughout the whole thing. And then the vacation movie, my family still quotes like, keep the windows down, get a little culture. Gunshots, that's enough culture.
Yep.
Roll them
The
up.
only, the only scene I remember from the one where they went to Europe was when
Oh,
the
the
son
Eu-
got laid.
Gemini, I'm not dropping Helk. There's no way in hell I'm dropping it now. I'm going to finish it. I'm finishing it, damn it.
He has
Yeah,
7
he's-
episodes
he's-
left. He's come
He's
too
got a
far.
sunk cost fallacy now.
Wait, was that kid's
Yeah.
name Zeke or something like that? What was the son's name in this movie?
Rusty.
Yeah, it's Rusty.
Never mind.
And
Steven
it's the same actor as what's the geek one that everybody hates? Hey, look, it's Tim. IJP Mexican was looking for you, Tim. He was like, "Hey, is Tim okay?"
Where's
Oh,
Tim
the
at?
geek we hate, you mean like Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No, the geeky TV show that everybody hates.
I was
Well, there's a
thinking
lot of them that would like
Sheldon? Young Sheldon?
Not young Sheldon, old Sheldon. What's the old Sheldon
Big
show?
that. Oh,
Bang
Big
Theory.
Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Yeah,
Yeah.
the glasses wearing guy in the apartment. That's
With
Rusty.
the laugh
I think,
track.
as an older person.
Yeah. Don't know. I never watched Big Bang Theory. It was never my thing, but I have decided I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm dropping the Kingdom of Ruin.
I bet that feels good.
How many?
Take
You
that
watched 5
yoke off of
episodes
your
that?
neck.
Yeah, I got through 5
You
episodes,
watched
and
5 episodes. Of that,
it's
Jesus.
it's bloody and gory and all that stuff.
It never
but
gets better, does it?
it. I want to say I think it was going to, but I'm tired of
That's
giving
a-
it the
That's
benefit.
a
of-
millstone you just
Yeah,
took off.
it didn't. You said you wanted it to. It
Yeah, I
never did.
wanted it to. It should have been, but it obviously wasn't.
You dropped it out,
And
too.
I'm also dropping.
That was
this one.
obvious trash. Yeah.
This one should have been better than it was. It just falls into the same old modern anime trope trash. They just can't get past it, which sucks.
Insanely generic. Insanely generic.
And then last but not least, I can't drop anything. No, wait. I'm gonna go and drop Berserker Gluttony.
Good.
Nice.
How much?
it
did you
wasn't.
watch
It was
it?
not my
Okay.
least favorite of the shows, but yeah.
So that leaves me with what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 that I'm down to, besides the two, the ones that I've paused because they're just, I want to binge them once they're finally finished. But I will finish Helk. This still makes me laugh. And yes, the translation of naughtiness is not entirely accurate.
No.
But the rest of them I'm going to keep. In fact, I just got done watching the latest episode of It, the latest episode of It, and the latest episode of Spy Family. I thought it was going to be done in 4. With this current arc, it's going 5.
Really?
Yes, really. And ooh,
Hmm.
our Lady Yor, our waifu, and our protect at all costs. She balls out. And I'm all there for it, but we'll
I
see.
feel
how
like I blinked when they were explaining why these people are important. I was like, oh, I guess we'll just protect them now. Like when you skip a cutscene in a video game, that's how
Yeah.
I feel about the people they're protecting. But everything else is really fun about it.
Well, and that's part. That's just part of her, from her organization.
Yeah.
They were allied with them or something. And they just decided.
They were
to
like
help them.
criminals, but then they're running away.
And effectively, they're like a local criminal gang that got beat out and taken over by somebody else.
Well, since that's all kind of right, but it's not fully right. Basically, you have basically Eastern Mafia, whatever you want to call them. The
Yeah, the
Don
mafia.
gets whacked, and then the wife and the kid are the only ones that are left from the power struggle. And the one that's trying to take over it was the guy's right hand man. So he's out to kill the kid and the wife, and the garden or whoever that Yor works for was hired either through the connections that they have or just, I don't remember that part of it, but they were
Well, I mean, it
hired.
sounds like you're saying
she's-
exactly what I said.
Except
Yeah, it sounds
you're missing the mafia
seems
connection
like the
aspect.
detail-
No,
you
I
mentioned
did. No,
was pretty
I
They
It
said
very much-
crime.
yeah, that was very much implied.
Well,
I don't
Either
know. I
way,
don't know how that wasn't connected.
this is one that I wish they would have finished up by now, but we're going into 5 episodes for just the ship arc. So if you haven't watched it, wait until the next one, then binge the 5 and you'll be fine. It'll be thoroughly enjoyable.
Gotcha.
So still got Ron Kamadashi. I am going to get back into the MF Ghost. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch the rest. I'm keeping the rest of these.
Oh, good. You've got Overtake there.
Oh yeah, I still got Overtake. I like it.
Good.
It's a lot of fun. It's really good. And of course, Shangri-La Frontier. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have been watching most of the episodes. I've watched every episode. It's just, starting with 40 shows and cutting it down to this, it's been getting jumbled a little bit. So
what's up with S Rank Daughter? I haven't been keeping up.
with S Rank Daughter, she finally got the time, went home. They went
Wait. It
protected
took, how many episodes did that take?
When did this
How many
happen?
episodes?
for 4th episode. So they
Oh.
had
Okay.
they had a few episodes together. They had to go protect a family that the Red Ogre saves, and there's palace intrigue stuff. Some crime lord or some other lord of another fiefdom trying to take over because he thinks the Bud family is weak, and it just keeps going. And I'm there for it. I like it. I'll finish that one. So
good.
out of
Someone
the rest
has
that I have here, probably this one's the most trashy out of all of them, but I'm there for it because it's funny as hell.
Which one's teetering for you right now?
None of these.
None of these are teetering.
Nope.
Interesting.
He refuses.
Nope. The other ones were the ones that were teetering, and
That's a packed week.
now that we've looked at it and I've cut out the others, let me bring back up the actual full list.
Oh god, you have so many lists.
So I guess I could pick back up Dark Gathering, but I think I want to binge it, so I'm gonna keep it on pause.
I think we're the same distance in. on
Yeah,
Dark
just 8
Gathering.
episodes.
Yeah.
I've got Rurouni Kenshin paused. Same deal. I want to binge it because I think it would be better binged. I do have 16-bit Sensation paused. I'll go ahead and unpause it. And I'll go back to watching because I do like it. It's got some interesting little different takes on things, but let's see. Trash.
My first
Trash.
name. Tim, are
Double
you okay?
trash. Let's see.
He's not. I don't think he's.
I
Okay.
Yeah,
kind of
no,
liked
it's
this one,
weird.
but I'm not sure.
You only got an episode in, so
Yeah, I did start the 2nd episode.
Oh, wasn't this the one that like the animation was just goofy and you're like, there's better game shows this season?
no,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
one where the main character was a loser on purpose.
Yeah. He chose all the trash, the starting off trash jobs, which
fighting. I'm wondering
eventually
if you're all right.
became important.
Yeah, Tim said he was on the left.
Tim,
Oh, that's
on your
right.
right,
He
man.
is on the left.
On your right.
He's
Let's
on-
see.
get it.
Berserk, in trash, pervy trash. This is one that should have been better than what it's ended up being.
I'm
And maybe
so
it still will be,
interested in
so.
this because I'm expecting it just to literally pick up from like where they were.
It does. It does.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It just isn't good.
know
In
how
that
you would
case,
be-
I feel stupid for doing the first 12, but now I don't feel quite so stupid for dropping it after 13. So,
You have to cut your losses.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one had an
No!
interesting premise, but the style of the animation, I think, is what did it in for me. So,
It's like not like Ranking of Kings where everything looks like a kid's story, but it's
Yes.
like really cool, dark, mature themes. It's
Mhm.
not quite that far into the kid style. It kind of looks more like just a magical girl show.
yeah.
But they don't want them to be magical girls.
I mean,
Well,
it's
she
just-
survives by potions.
It's just
so.
the extremely basic plot of, nah, give me cheat skills. Give me cheat skills. I'm a cheat skill.
Yeah. Pretty much. And
She
then,
literally bullied the god into giving her a cheat skill.
Which is the
That's
best
true,
part
she
of the
did.
show.
That was funny, but it's like also not. It doesn't really set up anything interesting.
that is kind of funny that she bullies her to give it to her, and then I find that a little funny. But anyways,
I love them.
Rule 4 violator, won't touch it.
Do you
Rule
have
5
your rules
violator.
listed
Okay,
somewhere?
they are not actual.
He doesn't have them listed anywhere
lesbians,
here.
like,
He just
or Yuri.
pulls them
He just
from
isn't.
memory.
Basically, it's too. This one's too gay even for the gays, and this one, if it's Yuri, it's got to have. It's got to be more.
It's not Yuri.
It's not Yuri enough.
It's not a good show.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
come on, now
but
you're
it's not
changing
Yuri.
your opinion. I was like, it's
Oh,
not
that
Yuri
too.
now.
3 minutes, and I was like, no, this is stupid. So, and this one, once again, no idea what the hell's going on. Shy was stupid.
Pluto's
Tier,
trash.
Tier Moon Empire, I keep reiterating this, but I think I have to keep doing this. So I like the concept and I like the ideas of a villainous show like this, where she goes the villainous either the villainous themselves does themselves in and then a person comes and takes over the role. I do like that. Or in this case, going back to 10 years earlier to try and reverse her fate. I like the ideas of it, but it just can't quite. I just can't quite get excited enough to finish it.
And you
Which-
watched one episode.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
hardly getting into that by the end of the first one. Like,
Yeah,
when she's
and-
about to meet the dude in the end of it.
Yeah, they were. She was going to meet this guy, and that could set her kingdom straight because he, financial guy, knew what the hell was going on, and she fired his ass the first time. So,
Fucking Yuri.
so, and then of course I've talked about this many, many times, and I won't talk about it again. Apocryphy Diaries. I guess I could pick it up, but
You shouldn't.
I don't want to.
You shouldn't.
So, well, in that case, I feel justified.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you
Not
want to
that
hear
you need
Chinese
us to
people talk
justify you,
Chinese?
Well, I don't need anybody to
Use
justify
their
it.
long
Just,
wuxia,
It just-
language.
it helps if I have someone else that has seen it that can either say yes or no. And for the most part, everybody here has good taste. So
come on, Yongwoo Dao, we're gonna
I don't
solve
know.
this
I don't think
mystery.
you're allowed to say everyone here has good taste when you dropped 100 girlfriends.
well,
Well,
everyone's allowed
no,
one.
It would get way too Yuri for him pretty soon.
Yeah, everybody's allowed to drop one.
Except
just
I
No,
think-
because,
but it's
so.
the kind he likes. It's the kind he likes.
It's super.
It's the explicit Yuri.
So it takes the well, it's not tagged for it, so
Because it's like one scene.
because it's one scene.
For now.
I'm okay with not having this one. And then this one is another one. It's just like the others. The premise is good. The initial start off is okay, but then it just falls apart. And I'm not gonna deal with that.
It was way too slow.
Yeah, and the same
Well-
with this one.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't have.
Well, the other one, back to the other one, it thought it was trying to be like, what's that one show called? The Demon.
I have no
or-
idea. It could be literally anything.
The Misfit of Demon King Academy. It was trying to be that,
Uh,
and it was just really slow.
yeah, I wasn't digging this one.
Interesting.
I still need to finish season 1 so I can get to this, and there's a part of me that's like, do I really want to?
Yes, it's good.
I mean, it's up to you. Like, if the Chunibyo aesthetic annoys you at all, then I wouldn't bother. But if you have fun with that sort of like, what kids dream up, then I think it's a blast.
I was liking the
There you
first
get
10
Cocoa
episodes when I
packets.
was keeping up with it, but since I
Oh,
haven't
we
kept
lost
up with it,
we lost the first line there.
oh, I was enjoying it. Or I was enjoying the first season
Chunibyo.
before I stopped. So
Mm.
Were you enjoying it, Brandon Bot?
you got to be kidding me. This thing is botting out. Hold on, I'll be back.
Dude, it wasn't even bugging out for me. I don't know what you guys are talking
No,
about.
it's just Blaine.
It's just plain.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
Oh,
it was
well, I
like
It's
still
your
don't have that.
connection. It's just your connection.
Yeah.
I think it probably came through on stream fine. I think it's just you.
I heard it fine.
Okay, well that makes you feel better.
Yeah,
Because,
I didn't hear
Yeah,
anything
you're
wrong.
chilling.
I just said Coco, and then I thought it meant that Blaine couldn't hear what you're saying.
I thought you
was like,
said
oh, we
Robo,
missed the
and I
first
thought
part.
you were both hearing it. Oh, that's
Oh, we
hilarious.
missed the first part. I was like, I heard it. What the fuck?
No, it's because
So
it was Fansite said, "Come on, Tim, get some Coco." I was like, I need to get some Coco.
I might pick back up. I do want to finish Eminence in Shadow because I did like it, but so many other things. And then of course, you know my stance on Under Ninja. I don't have to repeat it again. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What you
It's
said.
ugly.
yeah, it's
You don't know his
it's not only
stance?
ugly, it's fugly, and holy shit, was it not good?
I think you're just racist against Japanese people. You know, like when the anime
Right.
characters
That's what
actually
they really look
Japanese.
like.
What this is what they. Yeah, that is kind of true.
It's
That
the-
is kind
yeah.
of
the
what they
most
look
Japanese I've ever seen.
Yeah, the characters actually look like normal, average Japanese people.
Well, yeah, you
It's
can see
so
it there.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
like,
must
they
have
look-
modeled him.
they look-
They must have modeled him after
Yeah, they
him.
look like normal Japanese people. That's what's so funny to me when you and players are like, man, it's really ugly.
It just
Well,
is.
It
It's
is.
so weird.
It's not animated very good.
I think
If
the
it was animated
animation's
better, I
actually
could probably
okay.
deal with it. But
Yeah.
it's trash animation. So
I think it's just a pacing issue.
I
Probably
really
that
think it's
too.
just how they set it up was horrible.
Yeah. How
all
about
right.
Pluto?
So
Did you start any Pluto?
no, I've
Good.
got the time now.
I want
so
you to
I'll-
watch the first episode and decide on that.
Maybe
Yeah.
watch it in 2 times
Because
speed.
Lofty loved it. We really did not like it.
Well, I'll check it out and I'll see for sure. But since we're going into the last month of the year, it's
Real
time
quick,
to put
Under
together.
Ninja. This is the scene
What?
that I was like, wow, this is an ugly show.
What the hell?
They animated this one exact to the manga.
Yeah, they
Just
did.
in there milking his tits in the playground.
Oh my lord!
And his eyes don't go forward either. Like it's a
Wow.
yeah, I love that character. And the reveal is so good.
Yeah.
That is nightmare fuel.
Because
but,
obviously it's like the it's trying to fly under the radar in plain sight by like being the most unlikely candidate to be like a ninja guy, right?
Yeah.
He's just playing off the whole look of that. That's what makes it work so well. It's very
Yeah.
You guys want
that part
breast
is
milk?
really well done.
oh, that's so bad. But since we're going into the last month of the year, it's time to start compiling and doing an award show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
no.
So I'll have to reach out to all you guys and we'll start putting together the categories.
Do it
and-
in January. All award shows should be in January.
I wasn't going to do it till the very end of December, anyways.
That's
so,
fair enough, yeah.
but we'll get the categories together, get some nominations together, and see what actually should be there. Because this has been a pretty solid year. We've had a
I
lot
think
of
you
really
should
good shows.
definitely bring up OPs because that's something I plan to do in my video when I make an anime video for my year.
Openers, oh yeah.
Or maybe not just openers, but literally just music, the best songs.
There's so many series this year that have like a great opening, like 16 measures, and then the whole song just falls apart in the middle. I'm like, oh, why?
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah, it's there's some good ones and there've been some pretty bad ones, but I'll have to start putting together the lists for those and the various categories and get some nominations and try to figure out a way to find a way to more accurately gauge it as opposed to what I just think, because that's what I just did last year.
Mhm.
That's what I thought. But I consider myself a pretty good judge of these things, but obviously I'm not the only reasonable.
You're not the
judge.
judgiest person in this room.
Yeah, that's
true. I
That's
am
definitely
fairly
me.
lenient on a
that's
lot of
definitely
things.
me.
Yeah.
That is true. That is you. You ass.
Yeah. I have
Uh.
standards. I have high standards.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Well, if there weren't double standards,
I know
we
what
don't
I'm
have any
worth.
standards at all.
One double
Exactly.
standard. One double standard.
But no, it's good. It's good to have high standards. It really is. But when it goes to the fun stuff of anime, I
The
think we just need to
trick-
be just a little more lenient. Just
The
a little
trick is you need to have high standards as long as you're still having fun. If your standards are
Yes.
so high that you hate everything, that's when it's like, all right, you need to change your standards. But
And
like,
I just hold
Sora's has good
things
stuff
against.
every year.
I hold standards against itself. I hold it against other anime.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I really like this show this season, best of the season. Like he's loving Frey Ren. He likes Overtake more than MF Ghost. Like he's got His standards still let him have fun, right? That's where it's okay.
You know, there just shouldn't be a summer season for anime. Summer's a terrible time to watch anime.
No, we had a good summer
Summer.
season.
Summer
good summer
was
season.
great.
I just
wasn't
didn't
it?
get to
No,
watch
just
any of
delete
them.
summer. I only ever finished like 2 shows from summer. Just delete it.
I think now that I think about it, I think summer was the one that I finished the most of. Yeah, the summer season I finished the most.
Yeah,
and-
summer was when I really started hating work, so that's kind of why.
Mm.
Well, I also got most of the harem put together. If you want to check it out real quick.
Oh, pull that up.
What do you mean? Check it out real quick. This is gonna be like 1,000 episodes long.
No, I've only got 74 on there.
What?
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
I just
That's the
whatever
craziest.
whatever came up.
Why
we
the hell
didn't
did
go
I-
through the actual years. We just whatever came up from the chat, whatever people super
His
chatted
100
about, whatever I
girlfriends
thought
there.
about.
My guy, why
No.
did I see redo?
Why
with
is it
Healer?
100 girlfriends there? It is literally 100 girlfriends.
Why did I see redo with healer?
No, I can add redo. I haven't had any of the
No,
adult
I
So
saw
stuff.
it.
I'm gonna have a harem with 2 women in it, but I'm not gonna have the 100 girlfriend harem. That's my choice.
Look at him. He's hurt.
Oh, I do have redo. Never mind.
I
Oh
know.
wait, never mind. Oops.
Does redo count as a harem?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes,
I always
redo
play
is
those.
redo is
I
as
was gonna say,
harem as it
I
gets.
didn't know that the women like got Stockholmed into liking him.
Oh yeah, he
there's
like
more than one.
mind hypnotizes them.
He
I almost
mind
said the other
screws them.
word.
I don't know if you can count Ari Feretta since he's only in love with the main one, and the rest kind of just tag along.
Well, it was
The
voted on. And it was
tag-alongs
added.
tend to get stuck in the genre though. Even
Yeah.
like series where there's literally a couple, if there's like other people that are just nearby all the time, they're like, it's a harem because everybody
but,
just
like-
wants to write their fanfic.
I don't know if you can put that in the same lane as like Date Alive, where it's an actual like
Right.
relationship with all of them.
And I know it's not a what's Magical Girl's Pretty Sammy too? Oh, that's right, because it's tied to Tenchi. Never mind. Okay, I was like,
I'm
why
only
is that
saying this
on
because,
here?
Like the minute, like within the first 4 episodes, it's established that that is the only girl he's ever going to be interested in.
Yeah, but this is what was added based upon the discussions that were had, and of course I got my favorite Tenchi and Yurusei Yatsura, and of course To Love Ru and Van Dread, and it should be on here, but I don't remember seeing it. Where'd it go? Where is it? Ranma, Peter Grill.
Tularu.
Yep, To Love Ru. Love Hina. Konosuba. Did I not put it on
Girls
here?
are in dungeon. Okay.
I feel like an asshole. I
Okay,
didn't
but
put it
why
on
is
here.
how a realist hero rebuild the kingdom on there?
He harems. He's literally like, oh,
Wait.
you're the king. You can pick which one of us you want for the night.
I don't
There we go.
remember
Yeah,
that. And
I
also,
mean, it is. a
I feel like
harem.
only good shows should be on there.
You can only have them be good.
All right. Well, I forgot to put High School DxD on there, and that's now been rectified.
Yeah, you
Good.
really only need the first season of each on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
And
cheated.
and
just a smidge.
you could just bring it up whenever it's relevant.
Yeah.
True.
So not too bad, and I know there's
Oh,
stuff
wait,
that's
have
been
you-
missed, but
Brandon, have you seen all of High School DxD?
no.
Have you seen any of it?
I saw the first episode and half of the second episode.
Damn, then we can't ask you who best girl is. That's
Mm.
cringe. Because
Best girl, the ones that show the boobs. Oh wait,
no,
that's
you
all. Never
understand. You
mind.
understand. Every time we ask someone who's seen the show, they all respond with the same answer. It's like the
It
one
is,
point
it
where
is
everyone
super
agrees.
except the one time that my mind went blank. I
Yeah,
remember
you
that
just
day.
forgot who they were. But even then, you were like, "Oh,
everybody
wait,
likes
yeah.
everybody likes Zenobia.
Everyone likes Zenobia."
Yeah.
Easily.
So a fairly pretty reasonable list. Of course, it's missing. It's probably missing a bunch of stuff, but this is just what came up through the various conversations.
But you are missing the reverse harem vampire, whatever it's called.
What's
Reverse
called?
harem vampire.
I forget what it's called, but I did actually watch all of it.
Hmm.
Are you
Uh,
including reverse harems or not? Because like wallflowers.
I mean,
and
Rosario and Vampire is a great
Rosario
one,
and vampire, but that show's also.
but that's not a reverse harem.
The wallflower.
Hmm.
Huh. Yeah.
The Wallflower is a classic. That's one that like. There's a lot of people that got into anime because of the Wallflower.
Well, it's on the other watch list, so
I
I'll add
always
it to
thought it was a little like, huh, okay, but like it is a cult love. You ever watched an anime recently? Film? You want to try that again? I don't.
No, I don't recall.
Nope. I don't think I've ever watched an anime recently. Film.
I'm gonna say the chick here in Cat Planet Cuties kind of looks like Raftalia.
Oh, Cat Planet Cuties is so good. See what I mean? Fan site. I was gonna say Wallflower got women into anime, but I didn't wanna jump to conclusions just yet. But now I can. I have two proofs.
Oh my god, it's called Diabolic Lovers. But spelled with
Oh.
a K.
That is that late 2000s or early 2000s?
It must be early, right?
2013.
Oh,
no.
back in the 13s.
Number one most popular in 2013.
Easily.
What the hell?
There's a reason I had to watch it. Legally required to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass.
Just pass.
No, I'll add it to the harem list.
I mean, it's not like you're watching any of these
Yeah.
lists, sorry.
No, I'm not gonna. Well, plan to watch. That's right. I might. If we get a really slow season, I do want to dive into as much older stuff as I can.
Brandon, you know that's not gonna happen.
That's true.
It is the twilight of anime.
I feel like you could look at stuff that's currently been announced and you still wouldn't have time for like these next year.
Yeah.
Um,
Although I am up to 98 completed things. I'm doing
you're
pretty
watching
good.
a lot. I don't know. I mean, the
That's
fact
not
that he
too
was
bad.
able to get like 5 episodes into most shows before dropping them is still kind of crazy to me.
You guys are having strokes.
Yeah. Although I am not proud of this one, and I am not proud of this one.
Yeah, you have
For the
right.
most part, I'm not proud of this one either.
Everybody has that video lurking in their internet history.
Yep.
If only I didn't.
Well, let's take a quick peek. And
No, I don't want to look at your history.
I'm not going to show you the history.
We're going to the future.
Okay, I won't watch this because I haven't seen the other two.
Solo leveling's a Monwood's trash. Just putting that out there.
Oh, solo leveling is gonna be the one that we get all the memes about.
Already getting
Like,
Mashal
I love-
season
I
2.
gotta.
Yeah,
I
we're
gotta
getting
watch
Mashal
Soul
season
Leveling
2,
to be
so
Oh,
able to-
Mashal, the manga ended already, which is crazy.
So I'll be there for Mashal. Let's see. Delicious and Dungeon, I'll be there for that because it's my usual trashy fantasy stuff that's just going to be funny as hell.
I'll give Chain Soldier a shot.
Because it's almost
No idea what
Chainsaw.
this one is.
No, that's not why.
Not going to watch this because I refuse to watch the first one.
Yeah, good job.
Let's see.
Oh, definitely. That one in the middle, I forget its name. Banished from the Heroes Party.
Yeah, I think Chain Soldier's probably gonna be very good.
Oh, that's
This
a
is
season
Banished
2.
from the Heroes Party?
That's Banished from the Heroes Party season 2.
Oh, we're getting a
Yeah.
second season of it. Oh.
I
Yeah.
might pick up Banished from Heroes Party and just give it a shot.
Oh, I'm thinking of Beast Tamer. Never mind.
Oh,
Here
are you
we go.
excited about Beast Tamer?
I actually liked that. I thought it was fun.
My instant death ability is so overpowered. No one. What's the rest of the tagline? It's cut off because it's very long.
Yeah. And of course, Yorosei Yatsura, I'll watch that until...
No, what's the instant death power?
You don't get to know.
It's a
Kronos.
death ability.
You
You'll
specifically do not get to know.
You could be sitting in front of a computer and looking at it yourself, but you'll never know.
We'll
Oh, there's
still know about
Kingdom
it.
5th season. Can't watch it because I haven't seen the prior. The hell?
Fluffy Paradise. All right, I'm in. I'm down.
I'll be
Oh
down.
my gosh. There's
It's
a
the perfect furry show
Christmas
for
movie.
Michael.
There's a Christmas movie called My Furry Christmas. But
That
it's
just
about
sounds wrong.
cats. Like she's just a crazy cat lady who finds love on Christmas.
Where
But
is
they
it?
called it My Furry Christmas.
No, it's
Oh
like
my
it's
word.
like something else he's talking about.
Yeah, it's on Amazon, I think, Amazon Prime.
Oh shit.
I love those. We have a drinking game for those Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh
and
no!
it doesn't take any time to get knackered.
Every time there's a misunderstanding,
Do you ever make it to the end?
I mean, I always have to refill like halfway through.
the last Hallmark Christmas movie I watched, the entire main cast was in like Renaissance clothes, and everyone else were like in khakis and shit. They're like wearing normal clothes.
It's funny too because when you read the rules for the drinking game, you're like, I mean, I get it. Like, oh, main character's name has a Christmas theme, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably gonna happen. But what are some of the
It's always
the
like Holly,
They can't even think of a creative
Christian.
name.
character's best friend is ethnic. That's like my favorite one every time. You drink every Hallmark
Yeah.
movie.
It happens so often.
So
Main
far, I'm only
character's-
seeing 6 shows that I would want to pick up.
What's that
Yeah.
one on the left there? Ishura
Hmm.
by Passion. Okay.
Interesting.
Studio.
I mean, I never read the descriptions. I'll just hop
Oh, it's
into it
from
blind. But
Yen
I like that
Press.
it looks like Doctor Doom he's fighting.
Oh, maybe.
Samurai Doctor Doom. That'd be pretty fun.
But just just gandering here, there's maybe 10 shows, maybe.
Yeah, but we're still
but
like
that's
2 months
we're
out.
we're months out though. So
Well,
We're only
we're like
1
1
month out.
1 month out.
well for the year, but for the season.
The season starts
Yep.
like the
Crash.
first week of the year.
I think you pick up and watch the entire
Oh,
thing.
did he not do the whole year? I thought he was looking at the whole
No,
year.
He's
just winter.
looking at,
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
Now
we're
it's
going into
spring.
spring.
doing them all.
Be back into Mushoku Tensei
Kaiju
Kaiju
number
number
8's gonna
8.
be decent.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
It's
Can't
definitely
watch
gonna have my
that.
favorite first few episodes.
Well, can't watch
Okay,
that.
Nice.
Can't do the blue lock because I
Ochi,
What the hell is the? I need to see that guy in the middle. The Fable. Hell
the
yeah.
Fable.
Hell yeah. Tezuka.
Is that the guy from Yu Yu Hakusho? The second the second
He's
The
Battle
main
battle
character
arc?
is just
Cool.
called Fable.
He looks so cool.
that does look does look different.
He
He
looks
looks
like a
like he's gonna
boxer.
beat me up because I said something.
But yeah, there's not a whole ton here yet.
What's
Supposedly,
that?
we're going to be getting Reincarnated as a Sword season 2.
And then he said something. Just
Yeah, that one is
horrible.
planned for next year sometime. They don't know when.
Yeah.
Stranos, do you know if the Super Robot Wars 30 is good? It's
Boo.
got positive reviews.
I don't think I've ever touched that.
And it's on a killer sale right now.
So yeah, it looks like the winter season is going to be fairly
Is it an
light.
older game? It looks like it's an
Well,
older game.
this
Looks
is
like an
the
RPG.
It's the 30th.
I mean, we're
of the
just seeing a
Super
lot of
Robot.
returning shows for right now.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
quite a few
I
returning.
wouldn't play a game. It's just like a turn-based game.
But it mixes all the robots
So it has
together.
yeah, it has like chibi. It has chibi robots, Gundams, mecha kind of stuff.
I'm familiar
yeah,
with the
it's
series.
It's Power Rangers mixed up too. Yeah, I see. Yeah, there's just like a turn-based RPG.
Well, I know that part. I'm just wondering if you had heard anything.
No,
But I
I've
guess it's
never
not
heard
your
of this
genre.
series.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's championship match.
I think I played the 5th Super Robot Wars. That was like my first like
It's
foreign.
annoying how they don't show me
ROM
any
that
of
I
the
got.
battle UI or anything else. They just show the animations.
Ah, they're so good.
That's always the worst.
But I want to know what the game actually looks like.
Yeah, I want to be. I want to.
SRW30 is extremely repetitive and strategically shallow. If your main draw to this game isn't checking out all of the attack animations, seeing characters from a bunch of mecha animes interact with each other, this game isn't for you.
Its
Damn.
overall reviews very positive.
That is so. That's why people. That is. It's literally just the fan service. That's the only reason you play this.
It's true. I mean, you used to play it back in the day to have an Ava fight against a Gundam. Like that was the whole point of the game. I was scrolling through the sale and I was like, oh damn, I do like that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get myself to bed. I got a long day tomorrow.
Good shit. Blaine's about
Alright.
to take his melatonin too, so
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Appreciate it. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
Grandpa's gonna take his pills
Yeah,
before
like- I've been waiting to say.
Get your asses to
meds.
bed, you little shits. All right, guys. Take care.
Mm-hmm. Take your
Uh,
fucking meds.
take your meds. Hurry up, I want to get to my book. Fine, I'll leave so that I'm not doing drugs on stream.
No, now it's time to play video games.
No,
Good
now
gaming.
it's time to get political.
What are we getting
What
political
politics do you
about?
want to talk about?
I don't
Pokemon?
like Chinese anime.
We already
Anime
talked
about
that.
China or anime made by China?
Both. Fuck you, Billy.
You ever see the Taiwanese puppet shows that were on like anime streaming sites?
Nope.
Let's see if I can find these things. It was the weirdest thing.
But then again, you haven't seen Chainsaw Maid, so you don't even gotta talk.
I'm talking about genre, all right? I feel like I've seen chainsaw wielding maids before. Trailer maybe?
Solo leveling is a manhwa, Alex. That means you have to drop it.
I'm gonna watch Soul Leveling. You can't stop me.
All right. I hope you like cucks. Because it's a
Alright, here we go.
manhwa. You know what that means.
What does it mean that people are gonna get
It
cut?
means he's a
It's
fucking cuck.
always NTR when it's Korean.
Yeah.
Why?
It just is. It is what it is.
So like the whole thing's done with puppets, but it's designed like they shoot it like an anime with like the way they do cuts and like
Yeah,
You know,
I've heard
that's
people
pretty
talk
cool.
about it. It
I
is
like that.
way different.
it's so interesting, but I've also just never seen it because I was like, I'd rather
Nope.
watch anime.
I mean, it looks cool. I'll give it props for that.
Yeah, there's nothing lacking in their skill, I would say. Just my desire to actually watch it. Seoul is the NTR capital.
And it
of the
sounds
world.
like you're gonna be able to fall asleep pretty easily tonight.
Nah, it's just my voice cutting out on me. I'm not used to the constant for 3 hours.
I think that's probably because you weren't doing it while you're in Japan.
I'm also not drinking. Yeah, because in Japan I'm going like, oh, naruhodo. Like, I'm saying so little, but they think they're like, wow, your Japanese is really good. It's like all I've said is
Naruto,
"Oh."
Naruto.
Oh.
Oh.
That and that's really like it's kind of funny. It's just the little like when someone's talking, if you go they think you're like the best Japanese speaker ever, because that's their like when you listen to someone in English, you're like, oh, I get it. Oh, really? Like you say stuff like that. The Japanese version is
It's
Like,
also acceptable when you're eating dinner.
That is the best.
Mm.
Talk about the
No,
pokey
when-
cookie
when-
situation.
Say itadakimasu whenever you want to do that.
That's true. Itadakimasu is the eating one.
Yeah, but you just say it whenever someone's talking.
So desu ne.
Itadakimasu.
Oh, so this.
Well, guys, I'm just saying. I
Oh,
read a
so-
little bit of Solo Leveling.
Oh yeah, just like
There is a female character within the first chapter. Therefore, he gets cooked very quickly.
so desu.
What do you guys think of Pokey's cookies?
Pokemon?
Why would I ever buy those? I could
Um,
just buy Chips Ahoy.
It's obviously a ripoff, but the only thing bad about the situation is her response to like the people complaining about it.
Yeah, you're totally
See-
free to sell overpriced cookies, but you could just don't bother talking about or making fun of people. You're just like, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main issue is that she was a bitch about it.
yeah, just shrug your shoulders, like, okay. Nobody's
what are
gonna
you
care.
streaming on your period or something? Like, come
People
on.
care because Pokimane always acts high and mighty about everything, and that's exactly what
Well,
she
yeah.
did here.
Usually she's acting high and mighty about like moral things, like she's better than you at being a good person.
Yeah.
But seeing her act that way about money, like
You're
that's
just like the
funny.
rest of us.
I laughed. I laughed hard when someone showed me the clip. They were like, "Can you believe what Pokey said?" And I like watched it, and I was like, "Yeah, I can. That's hilarious." But I don't know if the people that normally watch her stuff will care.
Apparently they did.
Yeah, it blew
No
my
more
mind that,
Mr.
that the
Nice
Simps
Simp.
would care.
No more Mr. Nice.
That's why they do that in anime and these games I play. Yeah. Wait, seriously, why? Wait, why for the cookies or why for streaming on your period? Virgin broke boys.
If you're broke, boy, just say so.
You know, broke boy is now like the biggest insult in her community. What are you, some kind of broke boy? Get out of here. Is there an adult filter on Steam that
You
I
can turn
don't
off.
have turned on? Because
Yeah. Okay. So
I
go
was
to
gonna
your...
show like the games I was scrolling through, but now I've got like heavy metal babes, and it's like that's mature.
Let me double check where it is because I'm pretty sure you can just go into. I think it's under the settings.
Okay.
Count details. Store preferences. Yeah. Basically, go to your settings.
Is
Go
it really
to...
necessary to mention Mother Nature's unpleasant?
Oh yeah, you click the top right, click on your like little icon, then you click on store preferences, and it'll take you there. And then you can turn off the adult only sexual content, the frequent or sexual nudity content, some nudity or sexual content, and then frequent violence or gore. And then you can do it for general mature content as well. So it has a bunch of different tiers of stuff.
Okay.
I only turned off like the adult only because usually they're just all horrible.
Yeah.
The frequent, there's some better ones there.
Okay. I just don't want something to pop up while I'm scrolling and end up with an issue.
You can turn. I would turn off the frequent and adult only if you don't want it to pop up when scrolling.
Yeah,
Any of the ones that are on like some.
Some seems like something that I've seen.
Some are all the normal
like Sonic the
games.
Hedgehog would have some nudity.
Starfield, The Witcher, Sons of the Forest, Persona, Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk are all some.
Some more than others.
And when you go
Cyberpunk is a
to
lot.
frequent, you get a Japanese only tile, Koi Koi VR, Love Blossom. Oh yeah, Porn Die. And Tickle Girl. Oh yeah, Max's Big Bust 2, Max's Bigger Bust.
Now talk about Tickle Girl.
That killed him.
Oh my god.
You got him.
At first it was funny, and then it had a subtitle. It fucking got me, man. But yeah, no, I found a. Is anybody watching Onimusha? I haven't started it, but Onimusha, I remembered it being a game back like way long ago, and I found there's an Onimusha tactics game on GBA, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll play that. But yeah, I want something I can do.
I just looked at Max's Bigger Bust too. One of the characters is just a wolf, like a fursona that you can romance.
Straight
it's just
up.
a fursona.
Yeah, but do you like it because it's a fursona, or you're just like, I don't know, it's got some good curves to it?
It's literally it's a dude. It's just a wolf guy.
Oh.
Good.
I think that might actually just be friendship. I'm not sure if you romance. I don't know if it has gay romance or anything. I don't know how that works. I don't know if your character even has a gender. I don't know anything about this game.
Maybe it's got both.
Yeah. Maybe you choose. Maybe you don't. Maybe you are both. Maybe you're a Fuda.
Fooder.
Fooder scooter. Fooder honey scooter.
Fooder.
Honey Fooder.
All fooders need cooters. And them's the rules.
That's true, but they don't all need balls.
Yeah, that's how that works.
None of them would need balls. Get in the way of the cooter.
They're on the inside. It's just on the inside. That's how it is.
No.
Yeah.
Outside only.
There's some balls just jiggling on the inside.
Jiggling.
Okay, so it can't get in the way of the cooter, but what if it's just on top?
Just reverse it. Are you happy to see me, or do you have to take a dump? You just shit your pants. Now the cock is like down.
Yeah.
It's all weird
The
shape.
balls are always gonna go on top.
Now you're the one who's dead. You killed yourself on that one.
Yeah.
Langrisser?
Or I believe it's Langrisser.
There's no I. It's SSER.
I mean, I heard other people pronounce it. That's why I say it like that.
Gotcha. 1 and 2 are on sale for thank you, waifu. See? The best waifus are the ones that take care of each other.
Take your damn pill, old
You're
man.
a waifu now?
No, I'm just saying, like, there's an argument. They
Oh,
think
it's a chew.
they all think Shino is best girl. And
She- I don't
even
girlfriend.
That show.
She
Don't
knows
lump
that.
It
me
is.
into
She
The
that.
is.
white one. White haired one.
Oh, got it. Oh, her.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, see? Why? Initial
Why
reaction
not?
to Shino.
Why not?
Yeah, Langrisser is
I need
basically
clarification
just Fire
because,
Emblem.
I don't know. It just seems like it's a.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, it's kind of just Fire Emblem.
It's a
Thank
little
you,
different.
Is
Yeah.
it permadeath or is it not?
I don't know, but I've never,
Never
played
played
it.
it.
Gotcha. Because if it here's what I want to do. I want it tactics, and I want the addition of being able to make troops. Like
You should
if
check out Into the
if there's
Breach.
generals that
Have you
have
played
like
XCOM?
yes, I have played XCOM.
You know,
for
Into the Breach.
for some reason XCOM was not my favorite.
Because just look that
Hmm.
up right now.
Into the
Because
Breach.
you'd know if you already played it.
No, I've not played it. I can tell
So
you
you
that.
want like a
Yeah, look at that. I think you'll like it.
Like if there's a general that or generals that have like permadeath, that's okay if I can keep making soldiers. But I want that like
so you just want Advanced Wars.
yeah, basically.
I mean, Wargroove and Wargroove 2 exist, but I don't
No,
think
those
they're
games are
good.
shit.
Yeah, I just don't think they're good. I don't
I-
need to speak
what I like
for
is the-
Wargroove
the-
2, but I did not like Wargroove 1.
I like the economics of like having to like make people. Into the Breach is these are all like little games, aren't they? Is there like an
Into the
economy that you have to
Breach-
worry about?
Yes, there is aspects to that because you have a power grid,
Mm-hmm.
which carries over between your missions in the run. Each run's gonna be like 3 hours at most, as long as you're like playing through it. Because it's a turn-based game, you can take as long as you want. You have your little mecha things, and you see all of the enemies' moves, and you have to plan around that. Yeah, your mechs have health. Your power grid has health, which is damage when bugs hit your buildings, and you can only take so many losses before you lose. And you do also have money to deal with, but no inner mission economy, really. Other than the fact that you have like limits on how many hits you can take and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure your mech's health is refilled at the end of each mission, but if you lose your mech, your pilot dies.
Gotcha.
8
There is
reasons why
permadeath in
Shino is
Langrisser.
best girl.
Yeah,
Exhibit
I
A.
think you'd probably like Into the Breach. It's an extremely good game.
Yeah,
It's made by the people who made Faster Than Light,
it's on
FTL.
sale. I do like FTL. That was a fun one.
Yeah, it's a very, very good roguelike. But if you're wanting something more campaign-based, it's not the same kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Because
fun.
this is basically you do a bunch of different runs and you try to get better using all the different mechs. That's like the goal.
This is
Very,
Geritol.
very good. It's like if Tetris and chess had a baby that hates you.
Blaine, have you
Anyway.
considered that Shino wears purple? Shit,
Underwear?
what are those called? Leggings?
Stockings.
Why is it always leggings with you?
I like leggings.
It was Edelgard's fault, wasn't it?
No, A
Oh,
little bit.
Edelgard. Sorry, I didn't use the
Yeah.
A
correct
little bit.
pronunciation.
a little bit.
Maybe it was.
Look, I'm just saying there are a lot of characters with colorful leggings. Like Persona 5 and then yeah, Ilgar and Shino.
Sure. All right. Let's see. I'll get that one. And we'll see. Keep an eye out, though. If anybody knows of a fun... I mean, I
it's
guess
weird.
I do have the second ROM that Serrano sent me. I could
It's
do.
crazy that Blaine dislikes that Shino's having an arc.
Sacred Stones, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he dislikes her even though she's having the arc to overcome her issues right now.
She's being forced into that arc. I'm not a... The hero's call should lead the hero to make a movement. And it just feels very much like the hero's being plucked as opposed to the hero's like doing something.
What if the hero didn't realize there was a problem?
Wait, what? Love the hero didn't realize there was a problem? You
So
said
what if the hero didn't realize there was a problem? Like they didn't realize
no,
there was
that's
a
literally the
contradiction.
call.
She didn't realize there was a contradiction, like her actions and what she wanted.
But she does. She literally says that.
No, but then like when you get down to brass tacks, like when she's answering Rika's questions, it's like, okay, what about this? Like, what do you want? Why are you doing what you're doing? And she ends up like answering no to two things, and it's like, no, she should have answered yes to one of them.
Mm.
And then
She didn't.
as soon as she
That's what it
realized
was-
that, she's like, oh, wait a minute, shit.
I was looking at games similar to Advance Wars, and every single game I thought about showed up.
Good.
Yeah, it's just war groups.
there's not much. There's not much there.
Because
Damn.
the genre's bad.
People do
genre's
not
annoying.
make.
And
People
look,
do not
Advanced
make
Wars
Advance
type
Wars
games are
games.
just shit.
That's just not true. Your
So, yeah,
game is shit.
There's
where
this one that
characters
was pretty
die
low
permanently.
rated called Tiny Metal. It was trying to be Advance Wars clone. It was not.
Oh, I remember
well
Tiny
received.
Metal.
There's Mobius Front 83. It was not well received. It is somewhat like Advance Wars. It's hex grids instead.
It sounds like this is a lost cause, trying to find a good Advanced Wars type game.
And those are like the only two that are like close outside of Wargroove. Those are like the three games that are like pretty similar to Advance Wars. Let's check out this.
Did they make a
Wars.
sequel to Tiny Metal in 2019?
I don't know.
Maybe. Go just for a reboot.
It says follow-up titled Full Metal Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Now that's my other brain.
Yeah,
so I
then
guess
it then
it's
brings
too
them like
much
into the
CG.
breach. Kaiju Wars.
Ooh, Kaiju Wars.
I don't think I knew about that one. Unity of Command. Game called Lost Frontier, which is it is just Advanced Wars.
Until fun
almost
new
nobody played it.
gameplay. Finish Moemon.
It doesn't look that good.
I don't know why I'm not excited to play Heart Gold.
Heart Gold itself is a mid game. Just base.
Just basically.
Yeah. All right. For the tights list, add on Haru Okumura, also from Persona 5.
So just Persona 5 gave
Yeah,
me that.
just Persona 5. When you get down to brass tacks, yes.
I love how like this one little article. Most of the games they recommend are just negative. Just nobody liked them.
That's fine. I don't care if other people like them. I just have a very specific thing that I want. I want turn-based tactics and
Well, I
an
mean, the thing is,
economy that allows me to purchase
anybody that
either
played
weapons or
these
soldiers.
games also was looking for exactly what you wanted, and they still didn't find it.
True.
I don't know if that's true.
These games have like 100 reviews. I'm pretty sure the only people playing were people who played Advance Wars.
Check
Yeah.
their libraries. Every 100 of them.
All right, Serranos, add Byleth to the list. Female Byleth.
Yeah, her tights are pretty sick.
Yeah, we like that.
Female Byleth.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has
that-
some
Why does that feel like
extremely
a
intricate
creature?
flowery tile. Yeah, extremely intricate leggings.
Hmm.
The first image looks like they're just torn. The
That might be the
second one
Smash
shows the
Bros.
pattern. The second and the third one shows the pattern better, but that first one, there's
Yeah,
something
they got
about
tired
it
of
that looks.
drawing them.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, well, there's holes around here.
I mean, the Smash Bros. Ones just look worse.
Is that what the first one is?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Ah! Let's call it. What do we find politics for tomorrow? Actually, I'll probably just scroll through the Discord. You guys have been filling that up.
We'll do some Destiny drama then. Because
Oh no,
Destiny-
not Destiny.
Destiny been talking to Hassan, they've been talking about each other a decent bit.
They've been talking about each other. I thought like saying Destiny on Hassan's stream was banned.
Well, yeah, Hassan still talks about it though.
Yeah.
Of course he does. What was I just looking at? I was just looking at a Green Power Ranger. What channel was that on?
You were talking about Loser Ranger or whatever?
I guess.
Jack, what channel is it on?
Ireland's Green Party senator says they're restricting freedom for the common good. It's from Alex Moore.
Yep. Ireland is doing that thing because
Ireland's
of the
pretty
riot
cool.
the other day.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't really know any of the politics that are going on right now.
Yeah, I don't care about Ireland much at all.
I'm still
Ireland's gonna
amazed.
burn with
There's
or
still
without us.
I'm shocked there's still like Israel-Palestine going on in the way that it is. Like I think that's probably the longest they've been in the news.
I'm surprised they haven't deployed the nukes yet.
Yeah,
Well, you know, they did have their own 9/11 happen.
they did. They percentage-wise, I think it was worse. Someone said.
Numerically, it's pretty equivalent.
I mean, it was
They're
just
much-
a major terrorist attack.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I watched a little bit of Kick or Keep today, so we can do some Destiny drama.
Yeah.
That'll work. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for coming and hanging out, talking about anime. Lots and lots of anime. Everyone's opinions on anime. And then watching me faff about while I thought about other games that I want to play and what we're going to do tomorrow. So I hope to see you here tomorrow when we do what we just talked about we're going to do. So let's have a wonderful night's sleep. Wake up in the morning like a normal human being. Kampai, everybody.
Good night.